Hey, how you guys doing, man? It's Joe D, and welcome to Share a Beer 456. It kind of with the numbers there, but welcome to another Share a Beer. We pretty much have nothing today. I don't have like any interesting. Nah, just kidding. I do have a couple of things that we can talk about. I have an interesting story to share. And we have Bum and we have Andrew in the show today. I don't think we're going to have Mark today. I think he's missing today, but we'll get into our intro, man. Right?
Special fuck you shout out to Joe D and the rest of his craft beer cunts.
Clear as a bell now.
Obviously, he's fucking talking shit.
Hey, Joe, I got an idea.
It's the intro.
Look at drinkers on YouTube. Fuck you, Joe D. You fat piece of shit.
The MC.
Mark's not here, but we got him on record.
The king
Good
of
fun.
there is none higher. Sucker beer Pete should call me sire. Burn my freedom, you must use fire. I won't stop smoking till I retire. Now I rock the party, come correct. Smoke is on time and the beers connect. Got the right to smoke and will elect. And others can't stand me, but give me respect.
Awesome, man. What do you have for us, Andrew?
I got an idea. Take the wide rant and blend Mark's intro. Just and see what we get with that.
You cut out there for a second. I didn't hear part of what you said.
Take the rant that and blend it with Mark's beer intro.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Do a mashup.
Yeah, there you go.
Something a little tighter together than I guess is what you're saying.
Yep.
That's actually what I did right there for the intro is put them together, just the rant first and then but yeah, we have
You fat piece of shit.
boom, we have that ready to go, you know what I'm saying? And we have all our I'm excited about
Drum roll.
things to be really excited about now, you know what I'm saying? So anytime we have a punchline, see, boom, you know what I'm saying? Someone says something stupid, so we're ready, man. We're legit. Now, one thing we have learned since the last show, 455, which was a good number, is that I've got to limit the playing of music videos. That's for sure, because I got dinged a couple times, a copyright infringement from YouTube. So we'll have to limit any playing of videos.
Yeah.
So.
Didn't you used to play music in your oldest beer reviews? And didn't you catch a couple things back then from background music in your beer reviews?
Some songs weren't as popular, so it would take a while, but yeah, quite a few of them got taken down. In those days, they didn't quite understand that you were actually promoting.
Hey, Sadiqson.
Hey, Sadiq, how you doing, man?
Hi guys, how you doing?
Good to see you.
Long time.
All right, yeah, no, long time no see, man.
We have a shirtless Sadiq, man. Everything gonna be okay?
It's hot. It's hot up in here in Atlanta.
Yeah, well, I bet it's hot, baby. Yeah. Hey, go ahead and start us out, man. Since you just jumped in, man. What are you drinking?
Oh, I finally got the new vintage of White Backer Sunday Morning Stout.
Sunday Morning Stout, nice.
Yeah, finally, we finally got it here, in my neck of the wood.
Right on. So have you had it yet, or
actually, yeah, I'm almost done with it. It's like I couldn't wait.
It's not even Sunday morning yet.
Yeah,
I know, hey, it's what they say is like almost like 5, like
It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Yeah, it's actually almost 5 in the morning somewhere. Yeah, I don't know. In Australia or something.
Well, yeah. I mean, if Zach was around, Zach.
He could. How would you say it? Legitimize your right? So let's see. We've got Sunday morning stout from Weibacher Brewing. Sorry.
Yeah, Weibacher. Check for the 2018 vintage. NTAP has it by a year.
Let's see. Oh, okay. So you have here we go. There's a 2018 vintage, 1905 total, 1,057 in the last 30 days. You have 12.7% ABV, 60 IBUs, 4.37.
That's a big one, baby.
That is wow.
That's a big one.
That is. I'm very impressed.
Yeah, that's why That's I'm almost done with it. I'm pretty much done with the night.
What do you got here? Aromas of roasted coffee and bourbon awaken your sense. So let's talk about that a little bit. Hints of chocolate, roasted malt, vanilla, caramel. So how is that bourbon? Tell us about the bourbon. Is it really heavy? Is it?
Oh, it's heavy. It's hot. I mean, it's pretty fresh. It's it was bottled on 212, so a little bit over a month.
Okay.
So yeah, it's pretty hot, but it's I'm enjoying it. I don't mind.
So are you getting any wood from the barrel or
wood, vanilla, and bourbon? Huge coffee. Since it's pretty fresh. That's kind of beer that you want to drink fresh and cellared maybe for a year, but those coffee notes will probably fade out.
Yeah.
So it's it's pretty hot beer for it's almost 13%, but that's the kind of beer I enjoy. Like I said, fresh or cellared. Either way, it's just a great beer.
Right. Yeah, we have. Let me see. We got quite a chat going here. So who's in the chat? Let's see. We got
head coach.
We got Coach in there. Yeah. We got Bobo. Bobo. I like saying that name. That's a good name. Right. Bobo. You know what I'm saying? I like that. That's a good name. We got Coach in there. We got Tommy Hill. How you doing, man? We got Craig in there.
Craig from the UK.
Yeah, we got Earth's working on a vehicle. Yeah, that'll lead into my story in a little while here. Bobo says I'm naked. Bobo, with a name like Bobo and being naked, stay in the chat, my friend, because that is just the best place for you right now, man. Enjoy your nakedness off camera. We've already got one half naked man in the show. We don't
need to see the bottom half.
Yeah. Let's see. We good. Yeah, Bub says, Sadiq. No man boobs. Yeah. You got to edit the nipples, man. No nipples in the show.
No nipples. It's easier.
Yeah. Family show.
Family friendly.
We'll have to digitize those out if they appear on.
Yeah. So, Andrew, what are you having, Andrew?
St. Paul's finest.
Right on. Is that fresh, right out of the tap, or
right through the refrigerator?
Via the refrigerator, huh? And Bum, what do you have, my friend?
Mark threw me a curve by not being here today. I had something Mark specific that I was going to drink from the area here, that I was going to tell him he could look forward to when he comes here next week. But I'm calling an audible here. I'm finishing off a 4-pack of something I bought a while back, and I did not enjoy this, and I'm currently not enjoying the final one.
Some more, huh?
This looks good. It's from Ellicottville Brewing in Ellicottville, New York, and this is their hot chocolate stout. It's rich and creamy with chocolate malt and ghost peppers. and it sure sounds good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Ghost pepper makes it sound like it's spicy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Look-
that's
And
must be hot.
if anybody, I finally checked this in on Untapped a couple days ago. There's no chocolate. There's no heat. Sorry, Ellicottville, this is not a very good beer. When I first tried it, my first one of the 4-pack, I had several beers of various styles before it. And usually, no matter what you drink, if you have a stout, that stout's still going to taste like what it is supposed to taste like. It tasted absolutely horrendous. I thought it was one of the worst beers I ever had.
Wow.
So I decided to try my next one as my first beer, a couple days later, a week later, and it tasted slightly better, but still not very good. I'm going to give you a tasting note here.
Okay.
And this is no joke. This is what I thought when the first time I had it after I had several beers before it. I swear to God, I am getting notes of urinal cakes in this beer.
Really?
Oh, well.
I'm not joking.
That sounds like drain pour, man.
It's not a drain pour. And I will say the first thing I checked to make sure the beer was fresh, and it was canned January 23rd.
Wow.
So that's not an issue. It's, to me, just not a very good tasting. It's not a drain pour by any means, but I'm sorry I bought a 4-pack, and I rarely blindly buy a multi-pack of anything without trying it first. And the packaging and the description made it sound so good. I took the bait, and sorry I did. Sorry, Alex.
Now, we got Average Joe in the chat, and he says, I had that on tap at Ellicottville like 3 or 4 years ago at the brewery, and I had the same reaction. Didn't think it was horrendous, but extremely.
Yeah, drinking it on its own now, it's, like I said, not a drain pour. I'll be able to drink it, but not very good.
Wow, that's terrible.
And look at it. It gets a decent rating on Untapped.
Yeah, it's a decent rating, but not great. You know what I'm saying? 2,400 altogether, and 103 in the last 30 days. 7% ABV, 30 IBUs, 3.44, which is sessionable, maybe. Yeah.
My check-in shouldn't be too far down there because I just checked it in a couple days ago. I basically just said in my there we go. I gave it 3, which was being generous, actually.
Not hot, not chocolatey.
Is that generous, by the urinal cake standards?
Yeah. Going by my knowledge of what urinal cakes taste like, that's what I'm comparing it to.
Yeah, like what flavor urinal cakes, man? I mean,
actually, what I should have said was, to me, it tastes like what urinal cakes smell like.
That should be like a new a new style, beer style, urinal cake.
Urinal cake.
we gotta dive into this a little bit. Yeah, here's a urinal birthday cake. That's appropriate. I like the birthday cake thing. I have not seen one of these. I feel like I'm deprived a little bit of the latest in urinal cakes. Look at this one. This is kind of interesting. I like that, man. That's good. I like that. You know what I'm saying?
They're great with a little bit of cream cheese spread on top.
This is awesome, man. I like this, man. I like this, man. This is a funny play on urinal stuff here. What? Come on. Yeah, this is hilarious. Yeah. You got different pictures of women, checking in on going, I don't know, man. And these two are laughing at you.
That's actually pretty funny.
That's what I'm saying. This is a good play. That would make me laugh. I'd take a picture of this too. if I walked in the in a men's room. And you know what? Actually, this came up a while ago, and you're having a conversation. One of my podcasts, they were having a conversation about bathrooms and something I didn't realize. I didn't realize that women feel deprived. There's not enough equality in bathrooms. Apparently, I don't frequent women's bathrooms. I have no idea what they're like. You know what I'm saying? But it just seems like they've got it good, right? It seems like their restrooms are pretty nice and clean. And a lot of the men's restrooms you go into, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell happened here, right? I've heard they got sofas and stuff in there, but apparently they don't get TVs in their restrooms. I don't know. You know, you ever been in a men's restroom and they have TVs and stuff like in a sports bar or something? It's pretty awesome. You know?
Yeah, I think I've seen a couple of places that do. Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
I think at sports bars they'd have them in the
Yeah.
restroom. So it's like, hey, you gotta go. You're not gonna miss the game.
You know, hey, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, though, you go on the ESPN zones. One that comes to mind right away. You know what I'm saying? And so some of them were talking, you know, and the women were like, "What? TVs? I've never seen a TV in the restroom." I'm like, oh, well, you know, you'll have some above the urinals. You'll have some, you know, above the stalls there. You know, hey, yeah, you know. Just so I guess there's a little bit of a controversy with the female species saying that they don't have equal restrooms, man. What do you think about that?
Well, I think, you know, just bring your tablet or your phone.
Yeah, I mean, you have your phone anyway, right?
Yeah, I literally have, you know, by my, you know, my bathroom, I have a tablet. You know, my friend, you know, called it, you know, a craplet.
Craplet.
Yeah, I like Average Joe says, forget barrel-aged beers and New England-styled IPAs. Beers brewed with different types of urinal cakes equals the future. Yeah, you know, hey, boom, right? Urinal cakes is where it's at.
Head coach says recycled piss beer.
Yeah.
Now I've got this beer that I've had for a while, apparently, and yeah, it's time to put this one down the hatch. This is a Chronic Ale. It's an amber ale from Pizza Port Brewing Company out of Carlsbad, California. Pretty cool labeling. First time I've had this one, I think. Sometimes I say that, and I've already had it 500 times. But this, I don't think I've had anything from Pizza Port Brewing Company. Now, from the label that's on here from the Total Wine, if you're familiar with Total Wine, you know how when they sell the singles, they'll put their own little labels on them like this. It says 4/1/2017. So this one's been aging slightly and gently in the refrigerator. So we'll see what we get here. Put this in the Wood Boss glass here that I got in Denver, Colorado. And
I saw the play on words there on the label artwork. He's reading a newspaper. It's the Chronic Ale instead of Chronicle.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Now I get it. Thanks.
All right.
Yeah. See the label there. He's pointing, you know. Yeah. So let me go to
Is that 12 ounce or 16?
16. Yeah. 4.9% ABV. Let me type this in really quick here. Yeah, there it is, Chronic Ale. Let me share the screen, and you guys can check it out with me here. So let's see. We got 36,000 total ratings on here, 428 in the last 30 days, 4.9% ABV, no IBUs rated, and a 3.52 bottle cap rating. I got to give it the old Tappa Tappa. Even if Earth is working on a car right now, if I don't give it the old Tappa Tappa, and I've got, yep.
What about the picture, man?
I knew that was coming. Oh, man. I was about to be in big trouble. Major violations happening all over the place here. Major violations. It means, okay, got the picture.
All right.
We're covered there. We are all taken care of there. But it actually does look nice. A beautiful color. Yeah, you can see the whole screen now. There you go.
It does look a redhead. All right.
Yeah, it's a nice color. Absolutely no head whatsoever. Mind you, this beer is a year old now. So, but it still smells good. I mean, you're still getting those nice caramel notes, nice sweet maltiness. Oh man.
Good.
Nothing's really going to wow you about this beer. It still tastes fantastic as far as very, very sessionable, lots of flavor, nothing too crazy. It's on the sweeter side. There's definitely not a lot of bitterness to it. It'd be a good
lawnmower beer.
Yeah, actually a fantastic lawnmower beer, or just a really good beer to go with the name of the brewery there, Pizza. I mean, I would have pizza all day with this. Man, order me some pizza, watch, find out.
Order 2, put 1 in the fridge.
Freezer, yeah, that's
Freezer.
right. And you'll have quality frozen pizza when you're ready to have it.
What's the ABV on it?
4.9. So I call it a decent session beer. A 3.5 rating, 3.5 rating. That like I said, nothing's gonna really be like, wow, this is the best amber. I don't know that you necessarily say that about ambers, do we? Do we ever say this? Man, this is the best amber I've ever had in my life, ever. You know what I'm saying? I think ambers in general are kind of like a sessionable style, aren't they?
For most of us, yeah.
I mean, unless they're going to go for like, some kind of special amber or something. But I don't think this is trying to do that. I don't think this is. I just think I would give it a 3.5 rating. Yeah, I'd probably even raise it up a little more. I'd probably give it a 3.75 rating. Yeah, it's a pretty decent beer, man. And this has been aged a year. So it's
aged a year in your cellar, like your garage.
Yeah, it was actually aged in the fridge. So
that's fancy stuff, huh?
Yeah, this one we actually put some energy into it, right? So yeah, no, I would call it, decent. Like I said, I ain't gonna write home to mama about it, but
okay, well,
Well, you don't have to write home to her. She's probably going to be in the chat.
Yeah, she'll probably be here in a second. That's right.
Yeah.
Hey, we got Herb Prophet in the show, man. How you doing, man? I don't think we've seen him in a little while, have we?
Couple weeks. He still pops in.
A couple weeks. I have to admit, for those of you that don't know, I used to drive regionally from here to Southern California and back every night. Now I'm a Phoenix City driver, right? So I have to admit, I did not realize in the 3 years that I've been here in Phoenix that there's this many dispensaries. I did not realize there is as much weed in Phoenix as there is. My God, there is weed all over the place. And I'm like, wow, I've really gotten an education. So to be sipping on a chronic ale right now, and we have the Herb Prophet in the show.
That's why he's here. He heard you were going to have some chronic.
Yeah, so I am actually partaking in some chronic today as well. So yeah,
Easy. If I only had some Sweetwater 420, I could join you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so yeah, there's
Hey, Bum, that's from my neck of the wood, man.
I know.
Oh, Uncle Joe says he loves that beer. So let me show people really quick before we move on to something else what the chat room actually looks like. So this is we have quite a chat going here today. So pretty cool, man.
And everybody keep in mind who's posting that Joe has the option of keeping that chat on permanently now forever. So watch what you type.
Yeah, it's now actually what they did make a you start talking about weed and he's gonna have something to say. So you got ganja all over this state now. We have one of the biggest marijuana greenhouses in the world in Wilcox.
That's cool, man.
Wow.
320 square foot, 320,000 square foot greenhouse.
Yeah. There's, you would be amazed at the size of the warehouses, if you want to call them. They're just all over the place here, and they're huge. They're 320,000 is got to be one of the smaller ones. It's they build them 500,000 square feet regularly. I mean, they build them and build them and build them, and they build them, and there's nobody even in them. You know what I'm saying? They just build them, and they keep building them and building them. And it's insane how much business is moving here. It's crazy. Just another like almost 1 million square foot DC just opened. It'll be another food distribution place. It's crazy. So there's a lot of jobs here in Phoenix, man. I have to admit, a lot of people, a lot of traffic. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of opportunity here, man. That's for sure. So it's it's not a bad place, man. Just it gets a little warm, but
It's all good, man.
yeah, it's all good. It's already 83, so 83 degrees today. So
Not enough where you can make your breakfast out on the sidewalk in the street.
Oh, not just yet, but soon enough.
Keyword yet.
Yeah, not just yet. Exactly. Our weather is as bad as Minnesota. So our summers are as serious here as Minnesota's winters are over there. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing to mess around with. You know what I'm saying? The real deal.
I guess.
It's only 40 degrees out, and I just walked out to my car in jeans and a t-shirt.
All right. I guess we are in between. We're like 70 degrees here. So.
Oh, and for those of you that are keeping up on the legalization of weed in different states, our prophet says we may go legal in November. So,
what state is that?
Arizona.
Oh, cool. Yeah. I mean, hey.
Oh, Bobo said he lit his fart on fire. He lit his pants on fire in the process.
There was let me see if I can bring this up because I wanted to talk a little bit about the Uber driverless car that got in the wreck.
Oh, on the fatality that made Toyota kind of halt their testing or something.
Yeah. How up to speed are any of you guys on that?
I saw that on Facebook. I didn't read up on it.
Yeah.
So that was an Uber, a driverless Uber, because a coworker of mine told me that, and I thought he was getting confused. I said
No,
because. Well, I won't say anything further, but when he said a driverless Uber drive car, I thought he was mistaken.
No. They have, like I said, Phoenix is a testing area for a lot of these driverless technologies. I see Ubers regularly. I see the Waymo vans regularly. They all have drivers behind the wheel, but they're not doing anything. They're just monitoring the system. Here's a look at the vehicle after its wreck. They killed a woman here in Tempe. What the Ubers, the driverless Ubers are Volvo's SUVs. They're bigger SUVs, and the Waymos are Chrysler minivans. But they call them minivans, but they're pretty big vans, and the majority of them are white. Now you'll see that little thing on top. That's part of the driverless, technology that they're using. What I find interesting is they posted the video of the person getting hit. Right, there's the accident and stuff from our local Arizona ABC 15 channel here. That particular area of Tempe, I have driven by, but I don't know it that well to give any sort of opinion on that. The only opinion that I could really give on it is that, as a professional driver, as a commercial truck driver, if that would have been me, let's say, and I had hit a pedestrian and said, "Hey, man, the conditions were dark and this and that," all the same excuses that they're trying to use. It's still your responsibility to know that person might come into the street. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be seeing these different things coming at you. And when I think about the technology that goes into the Volvo cars specifically, and their marketing specifically for Volvo, even the driverless technology aside, they advertise as being one of the safest cars out there, right? They advertise having technology in the car that sees stuff that you can't see. You know what I'm saying? In their commercials. What do you guys think about that, man?
False advertising?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, man. I think this is they showed the video. Let me see. It's a 49-year-old Elaine Haysberg was riding a bicycle. But I thought I saw her walking the bike across the street when they showed the video.
I'm not sure. I just know that there's some situations, no matter if somebody's driving or somebody's not driving, and you have all the technology in the world in the driverless vehicle, there are some situations where there's going to be no avoiding hitting person no matter what, because it's so instantaneous that they just come out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how careful you are or how skilled you are at your driving, or how programmed the driverless vehicle is, accidents are still always going to happen.
Yeah, especially when it comes to people walking,
Yeah.
And that's why I say, like, it's, as a human, you learn different little things. And like I say, as a professional driver, that's kind of your thing to kind of anticipate, okay, someone could be walking out right here. I got to be watching out for that. I got to be watching, you know what I'm saying? So you're watching the sidewalks. You're watching these sorts of things. You know what I'm saying? You're like, you're not just so focused on the road as you are, 10 or 20 feet off the road as well. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think they quite have that down yet.
Right. I'll see like a lane closure a half mile ahead, and I will see that, from that far away. And there's people in front of me. I see them. They'll jump over at the last second because the cones are up and the lane is closed off. And it's like, did you just see that now? You're just jumping over now. I saw that a half mile ago.
Right.
And yeah, I try to look beyond, the cars past me, and
I'm the same way.
I can tell you, like I said, I know I've been down that where that Uber got in that wreck. But just in other situations where there's a lot of pedestrians, a lot of people walking or could be walking or crossing the street in different areas, I'm very conscious of bus stops, not just school bus stops, but just bus stops in general. Mm-hmm. Hey, this is where a bus stops, and And I'm telling you what, man, you can be you know what, kids I think get preached to enough by their parents and by teachers and by the school. Hey, don't, when you get off the bus, don't just take off anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Go to the crosswalk and this and that. And I think kids are actually pretty darn good when they get off the bus. Adults are horrible. They get off the bus and they just start bolting across the street. Yeah. And everybody's on their phone and listening with their earbuds and not paying attention. They literally, so when a bus stops, it can be up there a couple hundred feet in front of me across the street. Especially when I see that, I'm very, very conscious of there's going to be some people walking across the street. You know what I'm saying? Like, I watch out for the buses. I watch out for all these sorts of things. Like, there's little things that, you know, as a human, that computers just aren't up to speed yet.
Many adults are totally oblivious to their surroundings.
Jason says topless Saturday. Do we all go topless now? Do we all have to go topless? Is it like a shirts and skins sort of thing?
You don't need going topless.
We don't need, none of us need to be going topless.
I'm staying shirts, man. If we're going,
I'm staying in shirts. Stay true to the fat men in the show.
Joe, if I go shirtless, I'll get your channel shut down.
That'd be 3 of us then.
Will we get flagged again? Is that what it is?
Andrew, I'll trade your weather with mine, man.
It's 40 degrees, but it's supposed to drop down to about 26 overnight, but it's going to go back up again.
It's like, you know, say it's 70 degrees here, so, you know, like, yeah. What are you going to do?
If you ever want to move up here, be my guest, but be prepared to get hit with a 3-foot blizzard by Halloween.
I don't care, man.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, my goodness. We went way over the malt liquor report.
Oh, yeah. We get the malt liquor up.
Yeah. Right. Completely.
That's the only reason I joined, man.
Yeah, Billy D, man. I am so sorry. And you know what? I didn't have a chance to. Maybe we could quickly put a little.
There we go.
The malt liquor.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we got to put something in there cool like that.
That's neat.
Works every time.
Rises up from.
Here comes Billy D with the malt liquor report.
The house.
Yeah, we got to do something like that, right? We got to come up with some words and some sort of thing like that, huh? That's actually not a bad little intro there for the malt liquor report.
Not bad.
Maybe have Mark write something up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, man. Maybe we could have him do another song. The MC
remix.
The remix. So, what do you got for us there, Bum?
Okay, let me. I was still jotting down notes at work today. This is going to be interesting, this report, because there's so much going on. I don't even, and in so many different directions, I don't even know if I can piece it all together. That's how complicated this whole thing is here. I'll get the superficial malt liquor news out of the way before we get to the big thing. I don't know if anybody here is familiar or heard the story this week about the death of the keyboard cat. No. Anybody know the keyboard cat?
No.
Nope.
The keyboard cat is a virtual video made with a real life cat. If you just Google it, it'll come up. And the keyboard cat died this week. Steel Worldwide has used video of the keyboard cat in his videos many times when he's not playing hardcore gangster rap, and when he's not playing Put on a Happy Face, when he's talking about Ms. Gumby, and when he's not playing the theme from The Greatest American Hero or Glenn Campbell Rhinestone Cowboy, he's playing the keyboard cat.
So R.I.P. keyboard cat, huh?
Yeah, the keyboard cat died this week, and if you watch the video, I'll tell you what. Anybody who thinks that waterboarding is torture, if you want to get a secret out of somebody, forget waterboarding. Just play them a video or audio loop of the keyboard cat, and they will confess. It's absolute torture.
Well, now we got to hear it, right?
There's the keyboard cat.
Okay, I got to stop it there because I don't know if there's copyright on that or whatever.
I don't think so. I don't think you have to worry about copyright with that, but stop it anyway because it's torturous. It's that over and over and over again, and then it gets into a little second part of it with this electronic meowing, and
dear God, I just noticed this. Wow, did you guys see this? There's 50 million views on this thing.
It's phenomenal. It's totally phenomenal.
I mean, how
50.5 million views on this thing.
I mean, is it a legit thing or just something made up? Or
it's a guy that recorded his cat. He obviously, you can see, he put a shirt on the cat, and the guy has his hand up behind the shirt holding the cat's back, and he's maneuvering the cat. It is basically cruelty to animals.
I've never heard of this before.
Yeah, well, I only know about it because of the chairman playing it on his videos. So obviously there's going to be a whole bunch of copies.
Wow.
Keyboard cat duet.
Yeah. So
man.
Steel Worldwide this week did a keyboard cat tribute video, and he said what he says to everybody that dies, like Tiny Tim Rauscheder and everybody else. He says, "R.I.P. dead buddy."
Oh, okay, well,
yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah. So we have that, but that is just the that's just the BS malt liquor news. We have some major stuff going on.
Oh man, we don't have any. Oh yeah, I have that's.
Come on, I was waiting for the fat piece of crap.
Yeah, we need like, oh, maybe this will help. Like some kind of, like we need one of those going into some kind of we need some kind of right news break.
Yeah.
News.
I'm gonna have to come up with that with the teletype or the or some Morse code or
Morse code. Yeah, that's what we need.
Yeah.
I forgot the name of the song, but Charles Gershwin wrote it. It's got like that news story, news break kind of sound to it.
Best I could do.
Yeah, I have something for next week.
Yeah.
But here is the big story. And now I have been following and studying the demographics for the Malt Liquor Report, so I know what people want. And a lot of people. Hey, Mark.
Hey, Mark.
Hey,
Mark,
guys.
you're late.
Glad you made it. So, Joe, I know you love the food porn from 209 J Jones.
Yeah.
A lot of people like the Steel Worldwide cussouts, but I think what everybody wants more than anything are the feuds within the MLDC.
Oh yeah, the feuds. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, we have more than a feud going now. This has started brewing a couple weeks ago, and it's all out war now. And this is very, very complicated, and you're going to have to bear with me. So much has happened, especially in the last week. I haven't been able to keep up with it all.
Wow.
So I'm just going to do the best I can reporting what I know has happened.
Wow.
And some of this is actually related to what happened to you, Joe, as far as getting like a copyright strike.
I won't even read Bobo's last comment.
Yeah.
But let's just say he likes food porn.
Yeah, me too, Bo. Me too.
A different kind of food porn.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to say it.
Yeah.
So what is this feud?
Okay, well, it's kind of hard to say exactly how this started, but right now the situation, we have a major war going on between Fear and the alliance of Shady Malt Shadows and Malt Liquor Marauder, who are definitely aligned with each other. Starting a couple of weeks ago, I started hearing things about some of the MLDC's videos getting flagged. And apparently Mr. Sumdrunk was the one doing the flagging of the videos. Now, if you recall last week watching the chairman, Mr. Sumdrunk is the one he calls dumb cunt. Everybody calls him dumb cunt. And they all say he wears a toupee, and that's why when Steel Worldwide opens his hurricane, he says, batten down the hatches, it's a hurricane, batten down that toupee, dumb cunt. So apparently Mr. Sumdrunk, I don't know how they know this, and I don't know anything about this aspect of YouTube, how they know this, but apparently they got wind that Mr. Sumdrunk was flagging a lot of their videos. And apparently he was flagging videos in which they used his content. Like they were watching him on video while they did a video, which everybody does. We've watched Steel Worldwide, you know? Yeah. He would never flag us. Steel Worldwide himself this past week made a video where he's watching a video of himself watching Dorf. So,
oh my God.
Yeah. So there's been.
I'll have to find the Dorf's channel.
Yeah, it's just Dorf 68. Pretty easy to find.
Dorf 68. Okay.
So all this flagging was going on, and everybody was freaking out on Mr. Sumdrunk. Well, somewhere along the line, Loot Bag Larry, of all people, got one of his videos flagged, and he made a video saying my video got flagged, and he said it got flagged by Baby Huey. And that's all he said. Now, he actually showed, a lot of these guys are showing the actual on their videos the notice that they're getting from YouTube. And when I saw which Loot Bag Larry video was flagged, I can understand why YouTube flagged it. Loot Bag Larry kind of on video messed with like a political poster that was stuck up in somebody's yard, the photo of the politician who's running for office. Loot Bag Larry kind of tampered with the guy's photo and gave him a few interesting tattoos on the picture. Yeah, that's the Loot Bag Larry video. But
so,
apparently
this is more like, you know, some kind of Inception level kind of shit things going on, right?
It's hard to say what's going on here, but a lot of people now he's saying it's Baby Huey, and people took that to mean Shady Malt Shadows. And here's Loot Bag Larry going through, doing what he does there, breaking off the ears of Chocolatey.
Oh my God! In the store.
Yeah. So anyway, because people think that it's Shady Malt Shadows that flagged Loot Bag Larry's video, people have been going after Shady Malt Shadows. Malt Liquor Marauder came to his defense, and Fear got involved. So it is now those three guys going back and forth. And as of right now, the status of Fear is Fear has one strike against him. And because of that, he's gotten his live streaming privileges suspended for 90 days. He can still make videos, but he can't do live streams on his channel anymore, which is not a problem for him because Fear has numerous other channels. And so he's currently streaming live on his Blood, Sweat, and Beers channel.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So he's done a few of those. And there's a whole lot of flagging and a whole lot of reporting of videos going on. Apparently Malt Liquor Marauder is the one that is flagging Fear's videos now and turning them in. And Shady Malt Shadows is denying flagging anybody, but everybody's still going after him. Malt Liquor Marauder just recently got a copyright violation on one of his videos because of the music that he's played. But this is an ongoing thing, and these people are at war. But the main thing that is happening on all these videos is there have been dozens and dozens, if not hundreds, of comments on these videos from all these troll accounts, and I can almost guarantee these are all fear.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and just based on the names of the accounts. Now, Fear already has a bunch of accounts that I knew of. He has his main channel. He has the Blood, Sweat, Beers channel. He has a channel named after his real name, which I'm not going to name. And he also has a channel called Chucky the Yard Pig, which is named after the groundhog that lives in his backyard.
Oh, my God.
Chucky the Yard Pig.
Yeah.
Hey, Bob, you think he uses one of those special services that, I don't know, like, the service that would create like, several accounts for you, like.
Are there those kind of services? Because I don't know anything about that. If there is, he must. Because yeah. I think he seems to have dozens and dozens of different accounts.
I don't know if there's ones that'll start them, but there's darn sure deals that'll manage them for you.
Okay. Because now from reading the comments, here's the channel names that I've seen that I suspect are from Fear. And I also have to tell you, when Fear talks about Shady Malt Shadows and Malt Liquor Marauder, the things that he doesn't like about them are, one, he claims they make lousy videos. Two, he doesn't like the way either of them look, physical, their facial appearance. And number three, the thing he hates about them the most, they both vape on camera. And Fear hates vaping. The only thing you should smoke during a malt liquor video is a fine cigar.
Oh.
So here are some of the troll names that have left comments on these guys' videos or responded to these people's videos on Fear's videos. So for Shady Malt Shadows, we have Street Walking Transsexual of Texas.
Oh, my God.
Oh, jeez.
And we have Shady Ginger Shadows Extra Chromosome. So for Malt Liquor Marauder, who Fear claims looks like a tranny, we have Malt Chelsea Manning Moronner 68, obviously named after Dwarf 68. We have MLM, which stands for Malt Liquor Marauder, MLM's vaping device, MLM's vape pen deep throat practice.
Oh, no.
And finally, MLM's missing eyebrows.
Missing eyebrows.
So these are all troll accounts. Like I said, I suspect these are Fear.
God.
Fear claims he has not flagged anybody. Shady Malt Shadows claims he has not flagged anybody. The only one that has not admitted to it, but you can tell if you read between the lines, is Malt Liquor Marauder. So the two main people going after each other are Fear versus Malt Liquor Marauder, and it's gotten ugly.
Oh, my God.
If they're not careful, they're both going to get banned completely.
Yeah.
The malt liquor are going to go away. So.
Does it take only one person to just flag one video, or
Right, and that's always seems to be something that you don't do. They've always considered it like a low life move. You don't flag. You don't talk about people's loved ones and children on these malt liquor videos, no matter how nasty you get, and you don't flag people's videos. So
I would assume so. Yeah.
Yeah. So Fear claims he's winning, and Malt Liquor Marauder claims he's winning, and it's kind of hard to tell. Right now, Fear's on a 90-day suspension from live streaming on his main channel, so I don't know if he's truly winning or not. So, and like I said, this is just part of what I've seen. I can't even keep up with it all. There's been videos made this week that were deleted right away before I could even see them. We are at war in the MLDC right now.
Oh, man, this is
ugly, man.
wow.
You need to hire a research assistant, bum.
Yeah. Well,
write that man a check so he can hire a research assistant.
yeah. Billy D's going to have to watch some videos while I'm at work.
You gotta delegate.
Yeah, I will have to start delegating some responsibilities to others. This for the first time. This was too much for me to keep up with this week.
It's just, I mean, that malt liquor community is something else, man. You know, we almost might have to break off into another whole show just for the malt liquor report. You know?
Yeah.
Special edition.
A special, yeah, we might have to. You know what it might require? It might require an Amazon Echo news briefing. You know, where you wake up in the morning and you get your briefing. You know, from the Echo and the liquor report is on there.
I wonder if you could do a skill and call it the malt liquor update. Would that be great? You could say, Alexa, give me a malt liquor update.
Yeah,
that would be good.
Yeah.
She doesn't know what it is yet, but I think we could do a malt liquor update skill for Alexa.
Yeah, a malt liquor update skill. That would be awesome. That is.
I could do that.
Yeah, sometime you should ask Alexa what she knows about the MLDC.
For those
Let me find out.
curious, here's a television advertisement for wonderful pistachios features Bento, right? Bento Charlie Schmidt's current keyboard cat cracking one of the nuts during the song Benito died, or Bento, right? Bento died on March 8th, 2018.
You guys watching cat videos before I joined?
Yes, we were.
So you're not hip to the keyboard cat, Mark?
No, I'm not.
That was actually part of the malt liquor report.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know.
It's a viral video, and Steel Worldwide would occasionally end his videos with the keyboard cat. And the keyboard cat died this week. Actually, I've seen the keyboard cat on some billboards around here. It's for animal shelters, and it shows the keyboard cat on the billboard, and it said internationally known video star came from an animal shelter.
Oh. Yeah. Hey, Mark, you should ask your cat, man.
Yeah.
This is what you missed, Mark. You missed the urinal cake section of the show. Oh. This is hilarious. Look at this.
It's a good thing I did.
That is hilarious, man.
On that note, I'm out of here, guys. Thanks, guys.
Okay, man. We'll see you.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks
Good
for
seeing you, Sadiq.
I appreciate it.
Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks.
Haven't seen you in a while.
So I missed the keyboard cat and urinal cakes. So
you missed a beer that has notes of urinal cakes to it right here.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's what you said. Your hot chocolate beer has notes of urinal cake.
Yes, it has.
By my tasting notes, it does.
Lots of hints of urinal cake in the beer. Yeah, so that's another tasting note in the beer now. Urinal cake.
Urinal cake. Oh.
So that is what you missed. That you care to share a beer with us, Mark?
Yeah, I'm drinking went to the growler store, and what I'm drinking is called Big Shanty from Burnt Hickory Brewing. They're in Alpharetta, so north of Atlanta.
Okay.
It's a graham cracker stout.
Oh, right on. Yeah, I pulled that up right away. Wow, that came up.
And I've had this before, but I haven't had it in a few months. So I think it's like 8%.
Yeah, look, it looks 9. I'm showing 9.
Okay, I can believe that. And it's got a nice, very, very prominent graham cracker flavor and aroma. It's kind of like a s'more, a little bit.
Wow.
It's
See,
very,
yeah.
very tasty.
Some sweetness in there that might, kind of be similar to a marshmallow, and
It's more graham cracker than marshmallow, but it is kind of that roasty, real roasty, kind of flour roasted kind of a little bit. So it's pretty
awesome, man. Let's see. So you've got 13,000 totals on here, total ratings. 197 in the last 30 days. 9% ABV, 20 IBUs, 4.01. This one just made Tom score right there, man. Just made it.
okay. I think I might have checked into it. It was maybe a few months ago is when I had it last. I haven't recorded this one yet, but
Let's see.
it's a tasty one.
On the 2nd of March.
Mm-hmm. Well, not that long ago.
Yeah.
Boy, time flies. I can definitively say this does not have urinal cake in it.
Yeah, this one
That's
has
good.
no hints of urinal cake. Yes.
Mhm.
What is funny is once we research urinal cakes, they actually do have some urinal cakes that actually do look like a cake, which is funny. I had not seen it before, but that's funny. When you think about it. I've got another beer to share as well. This one should be a decent one. I don't think I have had this variant of this beer, but I have had different versions of this beer as well. Ballast Point Brewing Company, we are familiar with. This is the Coconut Victory at Sea Imperial Porter. So,
that's sounds good.
Still haven't tried it. My place has it on tap, and I'm gonna be trying it eventually.
I'll look it up before I crack it open and see if we get some smoke from this. But let me look it up.
You try and get Neary back on here now.
Yeah, that would be nice. He might actually be sleeping nowadays.
Yeah, I mean, it's 1 in the morning there now, so
He's probably and then I don't know when their time change happens, right? We do know they change time, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think they do. I don't think they do. So they're only 5 hours ahead of us now. So it's 1 in the morning there. Yeah.
Yeah, and
I don't think they do daylight.
I see. I thought I didn't have it. I've had it a few times. So, 41,000 total ratings on here. 683 in the last 30 days. 10% ABV, 68 IBUs, a 389 rating.
10% ABV. Ooh, that's a big one.
Yeah, it's an Imperial Porter. It's such a solid beer, I swear. But let me see what I rated it at 10%. Who knew this went down so smooth? I took a picture of it here in the kitchen there, and this is oh my god,
nice looking head.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'll take
wax on, wax off.
Yeah, Mark, you missed the shirtless part of the show as well. We had Sadiq jump in here, shirtless.
Oh, that he was he heading out for his second job as going to a bachelorette party?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he was supposed to pop out of the urinal cake. I don't know.
Yeah.
But, we'll see what kind of smoke we get here. Let's see. Oh, next to nothing. I mean, are you kidding me? What's going on here? So, this beer, yeah. Give it a good pour. Whoa, pretty big head there. Look at that thing. Yeah, down, baby, down. Hold it. Yeah. So it's let me give it the old tappa. I don't want to upset any of the people that don't like too many bubbles in their beer. Let's see. It does look better though. When I didn't realize that until Earth had said it that one time.
Yeah, that was like the beer tip of the month there.
Yeah, they're making a better beer. That's actually a nice photography tip right there. Making better beer photo or better beverage photos. Give it the old tappa on the desk there on any surface, and look at that, nice and smooth and black, baby. Yeah. with a nice brown head there, baby. Yeah. So we do have. You got to go low when you do that, right? You got to go. You got to
Gotta go Barry White low.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. You got to give it all of that. So. Oh, this beer is fantastic. You get the coconut. You get little coffee notes in there. You get lots of chocolate in there. And and a nice little, just a nice little subtle hint of hopness at the end. You know what I'm saying? It just kind of finishes it off real nice. Almost like, it's almost like if it had spice in it. You know how you get that nice spicy note at the end, and that's the way the hop is. It's not too much hop, just that right amount. But the beer is so smooth. It's very, that 10% is very, very, very hidden. It's nice and you just get one nice flavor after another. It is just it's fantastic. Salute.
Victory at Sea has yet to disappoint me.
Just fantastic beer. God. And you gotta love the labeling. Let me see if someone's got a picture in here. Oh, what is that?
That was my phone. I got a wolf on it.
Oh. He's watching the other channel there.
Here's a nice look. Let me share the screen here one more time. A nice look at the label. I kind of dig this. All the skulls in there and everything. Nice, cool look at the label there. I don't know what all that is, but another look at the beer. Hey, a little cutie in here. Look at that. How you doing? Here's another cutie. Look at that guy. Huh? Now, what's the age when you stop being a little cutie, right? What's the age? Because this is, I'm pretty sure, obviously a boy, right? So what's the age? What at what age can you? Oh, look at that guy. He's a cute one. You know what I'm saying? When do you stop doing that?
Pam says 21.
Okay, 21.
As soon as they turn teenagers.
Yeah, I kind of vote for the teenager, yeah, because some of them you're just like, oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're no longer a cutie, right? That's you lost your cutie privileges. 21, huh? So is 21 the marker?
I guess, I don't know. I would say like 8 or 9, something like that. Once they get into school.
Yeah, once you hit double digits, really, right? Once you hit 10, you're kind of borderline. 10's that weird age anyway, right? When you get you start losing weird teeth in weird places, and other teeth grow in weird places in different shapes and angles. And
you should ask that question to the kids themselves and say, at what age do you start becoming annoyed when people say that to you?
I like that. Yeah, the reverse psychology of that. Yeah. Hey, I do have a story to share. I think I can share this one. I had my pickup in the shop, my personal vehicle in the shop at the dealership for, I don't know, 33 or 34 days.
Over a month. Wow.
Yeah, and they had given me a loaner, and I was using the loaner for all this time. And pouring some more Victory at Sea as we speak, because you need, you're telling a story, you need something to wet wet the palate there, right? So they had it all this time, and the service writer Rob was working with me to make sure, because I was very, very specific. I do not want to get this vehicle back. I don't know if any of you guys share these sorts of things with me. Now, I had my personal mechanic look at my vehicle about 4 or 5 times. It was leaking from different places. My vehicle's 18 years old, so it was leaking from different places, and I had been putting up with these various leaks for many years now, at least probably over 6 years, some of these leaks, right? And it's just getting progressively worse. And I was trying to have my guy look at them, and he'd tackle one or two, and and then inevitably they would come back in different places, and he couldn't quite get a handle on it. And he's a very busy guy as well. And so, it was taking a long time. So I was like, you know what, screw it. I'm just going to take it to the dealer, pay the price, and have them knock it out. And it took them 33 or 34 days to take care of it. It was that big. They take care of one area of some leaks, and then they'd realize that, you know what, there's actually more leaks in another place. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't quite tell where all the leaks were from. So they'd have to narrow it down. They'd have to take care of some leaks and then take a day or two and then find out, oh, okay, it's still leaking. We've got some leaks happening over here. And so that's what was happening. That's why it took so long. And I was very specific with Rob, my service writer at that dealer. Gateway Chevrolet is where I took it to here in Phoenix area, in Avondale, actually. And and they treated me really, really well. He really took a lot of care to make sure that he was doing exactly what I wanted. You know what I'm saying? And I told him, I'm not impressed by speed here. Don't tell me you're going to knock it out in a week. I'm not. I want to make sure when I get the vehicle back, it's fixed. You know what I'm saying? Right. So don't try to impress me with speed. Speed's just telling me you're missing something. You know what I'm saying? And so he was thankful for that. You know what I'm saying? And my patience. And he'd report back to me every few days, and he'd text me and stuff like that. And because I'm a pretty busy person, I can be hard to get in touch with. So texting was good for him because he's pretty busy as well. And so he'd keep me updated. You know what, man? And he gave me this one big update. You're actually going to need a new radiator. You know what I'm saying? So that was a big one. I was like, you're killing me, man. But okay, you know what I'm saying? That sort of thing. But they knocked it all out. And this past Wednesday, he tells me, you know what? I'm confident that we got all the leaks. We've taken care of it. You can come get your vehicle. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Right? Finally get my vehicle back. You know what I'm saying? Cool. So I take the loaner back Friday night after I get off of work, get my vehicle, fire it up, still in the parking lot of the dealership. Check engine service light comes on. You got to be right. This ain't happening. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, okay, all right. They're pretty much closed. He had made arrangements for someone that stays late there, basically the receptionist, to hold my keys for me and to take possession of the loaner and all that sort of thing. And so there's no one to really complain to. Okay. Yeah. I gotta just take it and call them in the morning, sort of thing. So, of course, first thing in the morning, hello, hey, guess what? So I no sooner that night, pull out of the, I fired it up, service lights on, pull out of the driveway, and the first shift of the transmission was, it was so harsh, it was shaking the whole pickup. You know what I'm saying? And every shift thereafter would shake violently the whole pickup. I'm like, this thing is broke. It's not even going to make it home. You know what I'm saying? And I was so stressed out. You know what I'm saying? I was, you know what I'm saying? On a 1 to 10 scale, I was at 15. I was stressed. You know what I'm saying? Because that's my baby. I've had this pickup forever. I get a lot of compliments on it. I take extremely good care of it. Nope. Even the guys at the dealership were like, I can't believe that's a 2000. You know what I'm saying? They're like, that truck's immaculate. You know what I'm saying? In any case, and he knew, I expressed to Rob, this is my baby. You know what I'm saying? And so I was very upset, that just stressed, not pissed or anything, not yelling or anything, just stressed, man, that this darn thing wasn't fixed. And I knew I'm so busy.
Miles you got on it?
I've got 147, 48, something like that.
Train's probably due for a rebuild anyway.
Well, this is what ended up happening. So I had talked to him, kind of back and forth, leaving messages, sort of thing. And so I brought it this morning. I brought it this morning Took it over there, and it's still shifting violently, right? And I'm like, oh man, they better fix this thing. It's driving me insane. Take it over there, and sure enough, man, he says, oh yeah, we'll take care of it. I whip up there, and my service writer's not there, but the other guys that were there were like, oh yeah, Joe, we'll take care of this right away. We'll and they did. He went and got his transmission specialist and brought him over there. And he's like, yeah, go for a test drive with him. And I'm like, brother, it's shifting so bad, I don't even need to be there. You'll know it. You know what I'm saying? You'll know it when you feel it. The whole truck goes, it ain't like a little thing that I got to be like, oh, did you hear that? You know? You take it yourself and find out. You know what I'm saying? So what ended up happening was apparently one of the connectors that they had connected for the sensors wasn't connected all the way. This is what they told me. So, which made sense though, but so they double checked everything and made sure it was connected, and then of course cleared it in the computer, which cleared the code in the pickup, and it shifts perfectly now. So I just wanted to put that out there, you know what I'm saying, for anybody else that's having troubles and worried about possibly taking your vehicle to a dealership. This particular dealership, Chevy dealership, Gateway Chevrolet, did everything they could to make sure that my vehicle was taken care of. I really appreciate it. So over the last 34 days, trust me, I spent an enormous amount of money. But you don't mind. Yeah, I've got to be, I wanted to make sure everything was taken care of. You know what I'm saying? And in hindsight now, it cost me a lot of money. Trust me, man. In hindsight, it's kind of worth it because I didn't realize that, I thought it was just an oil leak and that maybe another line off of my transmission or something might be leaking as well. And they did. They got to all those things, changed some hoses and different little things like that, changed some differential fluid and stuff like this. Some seals, rear main seal is one of them. But that radiator was a big one. I mean, what if I'd have been driving somewhere and it just goes out? You know what I'm saying? The hassle of probably missing work. Lord knows where that thing goes out on. I'd have probably been in some awkward position on the freeway and clogging up traffic and everything while a tow truck gets out there to tow me to the dealer anyway. And you know what I'm saying? So I was kind of appreciative that I was, ahead of the game and taking care of that maintenance on my schedule. And that way I was able to get a loaner and these sort of things. So to me, it's a lot of money that I paid. It was thousands of dollars, trust me. But to me, it kind of saved me money and hassle.
You should be set for quite a while now.
Yeah, right.
Coach wants to know the make and model of your truck. You haven't you said the year, but you didn't mention the make or model.
Oh, I have a 2000 Chevy Silverado 3/4 ton, extra cab long bed. Yeah, that is exactly what I have. Yeah. Love my truck. Absolutely love my truck. Yeah, it's my baby. That is my baby. Yeah, they were, while you're there waiting in the dealership, they've got all their vehicles in the showroom and all that stuff. So I kind of have my eye on some of these other vehicles. I'm thinking about getting a second vehicle, maybe sometime the end of this year, maybe next year. So, and they happen to have them right there in the showroom. The couple of vehicles that I've had my eye on. I don't want to say because I don't know for sure that I would get that vehicle. You know what I'm saying? But I was looking at them.
That Corvette you were looking at, Joe, I already bought it.
You already bought it? Yeah, damn you. Yeah, one of them was a Corvette, I have to admit. But, and then of course they see you sitting in a Corvette and they like, whew, you know what I'm saying? They're like, well, we can get you in this thing. And I'm like, yeah, son, I ain't quite ready for a vet. I don't even know if I would buy a vet. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm a vet guy.
Yeah, $150 a month for 50 months, you got it.
Yeah.
$8,000. Yeah.
Yeah, you got the money, honey. We got the paperwork for you to sign, right? Yeah. So, but no, it would be nice to have a second vehicle, and I will get a second vehicle at some point. But yeah, right now I just was concentrated on. So anybody that was, maybe you're on the fence of, you've been taking your vehicle to your own personal mechanic that saves you a lot of money. My guy saves me a ton of money, and trust me, I still need a tune-up. He'll do my tune-up, trust me, because I'm not going to do that at the dealer. He'll do my regular scheduled maintenance because he saves me a ton of money. But there was just this big thing, and I'm really glad that I did take it down there.
Yeah. Well, that's the kind of thing that the dealership is probably the right place to go. Unless your personal mechanic is a specialist on your particular vehicle. I mean, that's the thing. But yeah. But yeah, using somebody else other than a dealer for all the like the tune-ups and the oil changes and the belts and the hoses and little stuff here and there. Yeah, you save about probably half of what you would go into the dealer. But sometimes you need to bring in the big guns.
That's the way I felt. I felt like, you know what, I'm going back and forth. Like I said, he would have knocked it out sooner or later, but 4 or 5 times already of trying to knock it out, and we weren't even getting close. You know what I'm saying? It had a lot of little problems here and there, and I knew it just, you know what? Let me just take it there. They've got teams of mechanics. You know what I'm saying? They've got teams of 9 or 10 people on each team that can work on a vehicle. And so tons of specialists and all this sort of thing. So they can put a lot of energy in, so I was like, you know what? Let me just bite the bullet. Sometimes you just got to do that sort of thing.
Well, the thing is, you take it to the dealer. So your Silverado, they've probably seen hundreds of Silverados come in now. So they already know, like, well, here's where we start looking, and then maybe they are able to jump ahead a little bit because they know generally where to start.
Yeah, and what I appreciate about my guy is that once he works on something, if he works on it and it fails, he's never going to charge you for it again. You know what I'm saying? So each one of those times going back to him for that same issue, he's not going to charge you for it. And he has a decent sized little shop, but like you said, Mark, he's not the dealer. So they're dealing, in a lot of Silverados of all ages, And it is pretty cool, man, to have mechanics, like I say, that deal with a lot of trucks, because pickups are one of the highest sold vehicles in our country. A lot of pickups get sold here, and Chevy is a major brand here in this country, and so they deal with a lot of Chevy pickups, and so it's cool to have even the mechanics kind of gawk over your truck. You know what I'm saying? They're like, dear God, that's a nice truck. You want to sell that thing? I'm like, no, man, this is my baby, man. Are you kidding me? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is it, I
got a good joke for you, Joe.
Yeah, go for it, man.
How come guys don't like women wearing leather?
Oh, boy.
Because they smell like a new truck.
Didn't you tell that one last week? I think you did.
No, I don't think I did.
I've heard that joke. I thought you told it a week or two ago.
It's been around.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not, it's something that you just came up with, right, Andrew?
No.
It's a refurbished joke.
Speaking in vehicle terms.
Yeah, it's a refurbished joke, right?
Much like your transmission.
Yeah, much like the transmission. Right? Oh, you don't even know how stressed out I was. Oh my God, I was like,
it's funny that all it was they connected the connector, but they didn't push it to a click. Basically, is what.
Basically, yeah, basically, and that. But from your own practice that can happen. Like that happens, and it's amazing how. How something can Coach says, bum, tell a joke, please Please tell a joke. Yeah. Let me see. So let me go through some of the comments here. What do we have here? I have to look like all the way over there because for those that don't know, I have this 50-inch TV that
You better finish that sentence, Joe.
Right. Yeah. Finish the sentence. Quick. Finish it fast. Yeah. I got a 50-incher, baby. You know what I'm saying? Hey. Right. But I got a 50-inch TV over here that I use for a second monitor. So the chat room is like all the way over there, man. You know what I'm saying? So it takes me a little while to look over there. And by the way, we have we can damn sure put in some.
You fat piece of shit.
Some of this.
Fat piece of shit.
We could, of course, we have to put in our graham cracker stout. Yummy. I pissed on the cake mix.
Oh.
Bobo's had some really good comments in here. Earlier, Bobo said he was naked.
Yeah, Bobo leads an interesting life based on what he's telling us that he's doing here and what he has done.
Yeah, that was kind of. I was like, well, Bobo, if you are naked, you should stay in the chat first of all.
Yeah, really. Yeah, don't engage the video portion.
Yeah, we already had Sadiq in the room, so we already had one shirtless man in the room. No nipples. We told Sadiq no nipples. Stay right where you're at. This is a family show. We don't allow nipples, man or female nipples, on the show. So.
No nipples allowed.
Yeah, Mark was making sure that the wife was no nipples exposed. Yeah.
Next to me chuckling.
So then there was a debate whether we should go shirts and skins, since we had at least one person fully declothed in the chat, and a person in the video portion half declothed. Should we have like a shirt and skin sort of thing?
Like the old days in gym class. You're the shirts, you're the skins.
Yeah.
Joe, head coach, said that beer that you had it shortly after you bought your salt brick.
Oh yeah, the salt block. Yeah,
for your barbecue.
That's right. Oh man, you know what? I haven't used mine as much as Mark has, but that salt block, I'm telling you what, man,
the best $12 I've spent in a while.
It is. They're very inexpensive, and the thing of it is you don't lose. I don't give a rip if you pay $20 for it, even $30 for it. You're not losing, because even once it cracks, and it's going to take a while to crack, but even once it does and starts chipping off, you grind it up because it's salt. So you're going to use it on your food or for seasoning or something anyway.
Yeah.
So there's absolutely, once you buy one, you're done buying salt for probably the rest of your life. Because it's a lot of salt, right?
Yeah. That thing's got away. I've got I think the same size as you. It's like an 8x12 or something like that. That thing weighs 4 pounds.
Yeah. It's amazing how heavy they are. It's amazing how heavy they are. But man, it is crazy. The first couple of times you do it, and you put your meat on the salt block, baby. It's amazing how much and the thing of it is, it ruins your psychology, because you're used to taking your meat, whatever protein it is, and I don't know if that makes it any better. Does putting, I don't know.
Depends what you're gonna say. take your meat. I don't know.
Yeah, it's I don't know if that's any better. But in any case, you take unseasoned, just basically your meat out of the package and put it right on that bad boy and sizzle it. Once you have it to temperature, you should have that salt block up to temperature. It's basically like brick.
Yeah.
Once you have it at temperature and you get that sizzle, it's amazing how much salt comes out of the block itself and just naturally seasons it while it's cooking. It is. It is.
Yeah. It's well worth trying. It does take a while to heat up. I mean, we use it. We have a gas cooktop, and it takes. I get it heated up to about 500. What I try to get it to.
Yeah.
And it takes 15, 20 minutes. You're doing it gently, so you don't want to risk cracking it. So,
yeah.
But it's worth it. Yeah, it's temperature when you can just kind of put your hand over, like a foot above it, and your hand gets hot really fast. That's pretty hard.
It works a little better on a fire surface. So if you have a natural gas type of stove or on a grill in your backyard, whether it be charcoal or whatever, some sort of thing where you actually have fire, or some people do use them in the oven. You can use it in the oven. Like Mark said, though, you want to bring it up to temperature slowly. It's a gradual sort of thing, but it's well worth it. Oh my God! And they retain heat like crazy. They're also very good for your cold foods as well. A lot of people will have several of them actually, and some people will have bigger ones that are thinner, and they'll put them in the freezer or in the fridge, and they'll retain that sort of temperature for a while. And you can serve things like strawberries or whatever kind of fresh fruit or whatever kind of vegetables on them. And, depending on what you're trying to do, it'll add a little bit of salt in there or not. You can put a little, I don't think the fruit and the veggies they don't soak up as much of the salt.
No, it's well worth trying. Yeah, if anybody's got any thoughts on whether they should do it, they're fine. They're relatively cheap. If you absolutely hate it, you just grind it up and you got salt for a while.
Yeah, I mean for a long time. Like if you're like, you know what, this blows, I ain't doing it. I did it once or twice, I ain't doing it anymore. Well, now you got salt for probably the rest of your life and your grandkids. Like it's like that kind of thing. You're probably done buying salt forever, unless you're one of those serious salt people that adds salt to. Now I kind of have been getting into salt. I hate to make this into a salt show, but I think all of us eat salt in some way, shape, or form. I don't add salt to my food per se after cooking, but I do add salt a lot while cooking. Not tons of salt, but just while I'm cooking, I season. But I have bought many different kinds of salt and experimented with trying them with different foods and drinks. Believe it or not, I've been having the best time with this flaky sea salt, and it looks like cornflakes. It's almost so big, and it is great to put into salads or on.
On salad.
And it's incredible to get this nice, when you bite into something and you get a nice crunch. And it's salt. It adds that little bit of flavor. It's like flaky sea salt. So it's less sodium than your regular standard table salt by a lot. A lot. So just something else to maybe think about, and
Bum, is there any part of the blueprint that says you can't fruit the malt, but can you salt the malt?
Ooh, I haven't heard anything about salting the malt.
Yeah, I wonder if you could do that, because you could probably make a drink with malt liquor and salts, somehow.
I'm kind of curious also, Bum, because now, for instance,
Mary.
I was enjoying happy hour yesterday at one of the local establishments. And so, you know, when I'm having said happy hour, I was having Paps. They have Paps on tap, and some cold snaps from Sam Adams on tap. And while I'm having it, you know, if I'm chumming up with people next to me, I'm like, hey, you're going to have a shot, and you're going to have a shot too. You know what I'm saying? Because I want a shot. You know what I'm saying? And so the next thing you know, we're all having tequila. You know what I'm saying? So what's the blueprint on having shots with the malted beverage?
I think you're bringing up an aspect that I've never heard discussed with these guys before. I have occasionally seen Fear, who breaks all the rules. I've seen him drink some booze in between his 40s or his cans of malt liquor or whatever he's drinking. But and occasionally Jay Vega will have some booze, like for St. Patrick's Day. I've seen him have some Jameson or something. But as far as tampering with malt liquor itself, I'm guessing you probably can't.
Yeah, so it wouldn't be good
as far as adding salt or anything.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to pour your bottle into shot glasses and everybody do a shot of malt.
No, you definitely consume it from the vessel in which it was.
It was packaged.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
and that's definitely part of the blueprint.
That's definitely.
It must be consumed from its original vessel.
There's a lot of rules.
You're going to break the blueprint, Joe. You don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Well, rules are meant to be broken. Fear does it all the time. Fear does it in every video.
We're breaking rules here.
And then you got Dorf, who dwarfs the foam.
Well, yeah, but
I've never seen it.
He's not part of the.
That's the Storm breaking the rules.
I think this is my conspiracy theory. I think Dorf has formed all of this on his. This is like some massive conspiracy. He never does any videos. He's done like 2 videos in the last 5 years. And why does everybody reference Dorf? Come on.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Dorf has made more videos than that. These guys make videos and they leave them up for anywhere from a day to a month. Then they take them down. These guys, which I've never understood that. To me, it's like if you're going to go through the trouble of making a video, you leave it like you do, Joe. And these guys make videos and they delete them as quick as they make them.
Okay, I've got another one. Syntax, baby.
Ooh, peanut butter porter.
Syntax. I've had this one. If I've had it once, I've had it a million times by now.
That's a regular beer.
This is a fantastic brew.
Is that one out of one of the local breweries down there, Joe?
No, this is from Mother Earth Brewing out of where's Mother Earth out of? Oregon or where are they out of? Idaho. Yeah, they're out. Yeah, they're the ones that are out of California, Vista, California, and Nampa, Idaho. Idaho.
Idaho. Okay. The head coach probably has had that. He can get Mother Earth.
Yeah. If Coach can't get Mother Earth,
yeah. Syntax
is fantastic. This is part of that peanut butter trend in beer right here.
What you need to do is you mix a peanut butter porter with a graham cracker stout. Peanut butter graham cracker. That would be a good combination, don't you think? Peanut butter graham cracker?
This certainly would.
This is more of the a little bit of a little bit more of a tartness than the other one that I like to compare it to. What's the brewery on that?
Belching Beaver.
Yeah, Belching Beaver. Yeah,
Belching Beaver.
The Belching Beaver is definitely more sweeter. I would say it's kind of like you like pickles, you enjoy pickles, but some people like sweet pickles and some people like dill pickles, right? Or some people like bread and butter pickles, right? Like, you know, kind of might like pickles, but just different kinds of pickles. But they're all kind of good. Right? You probably still like a crunchy pickle, right? But you might like a different variety of the pickle. And I kind of might say this might be the same thing because the Mother Earth is more of a more of that, not dill's the wrong word, right? But more of that hoppier side of the peanut butter stout, and the Belching Beaver is definitely more of the sweeter side. So,
Okay.
but they're both fantastic. This one's completely warm, room temperature, and it's just fantastic. 8.1%. For those that aren't familiar with it, and you've got the hot chick on the side of the can, man.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at that. And she's got the handcuffs.
Oh, yeah, I see that. Or is
Oh,
that
yeah.
a pair of glasses she's holding on to?
Yeah, I'm sure that's glasses. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because that is a fetish of people, too, you know.
Yeah, it is certainly a fetish. I'm telling you what, man, that if you meet her like that, holding that beer and everything, you're like, son, just I'm ready to die after, right? Like that's it. That's
ready
it.
to pay the tax for my sins.
Yes. Just take me now. Take me now. And then I still have this coconut Victory Seats. I am living well right now, my friends. I told you I've got some fantastic beers in the cellar that I am going to whip out, and I have been whipping them out, baby.
Now, are you planning on going much longer, Joe, as far as the overtime goes? Because that will determine if I open up a particular beer.
Sure, why not? Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, this is what I was originally going to have. Mark, this was going to be my first beer tonight, but you weren't here.
Uh-oh.
So I kind of wrote off having it tonight, and then you showed up.
Oh.
So
Thought I could enable you to drink this beer.
it's never too late. This is something that you can look forward to seeking out next week when you come up here. Now,
Yes.
this is from Full Pint. It's a Rye Rebellion, which you're familiar with.
Yep.
But look at this. There's a logo that you're very familiar with.
Oh, it's got wiggle. They use wiggle barrels, huh?
It's Rye Rebellion, aged in wiggle barrels.
I love that, Bum. I love that they're getting specific now because we need that. We need that, right?
Wiggle is the distillery that Mark discussed.
Yeah.
Love that. What was the name? I'm sorry, I completely.
Wiggle was the whiskey, but
What was the name of the beer, Bum? I want to look that up.
The brewery is Full Pint, and the beer is called Rye Rebellion.
Okay. That's probably enough of an. Yep, it sure is. Full Pint. Yeah. Oh, Full Pint. Yes.
Now they have Rye Rebellion, but this is brand new, and it's aged. It should come up Rye Rebellion aged in wiggle whiskey barrels. When I was given this bottle 2 weeks ago, there was a total of 4 untapped check-ins for it. I don't know how many there are now.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Okay.
So is it just released? Probably.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago, and I am going to.
I have a Rye Rebellion 2018.
There is an entry for in white wiggle barrels.
Wow.
Huh.
Okay. I'm not seeing that.
Yeah,
yet.
I'm getting up there next Thursday, Bum.
We're going to have to coordinate something.
Yeah, I was talking to Paul. So next weekend might be the best because you're out of town that weekend after, right? You gone?
Yeah, the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I didn't think next weekend would be good for you because it's Easter.
But Saturday would work if that works.
Definitely.
Next Saturday, Easter? Are you serious?
No, Sunday's Easter. Next Sunday's Easter. But next Saturday, if that works for you, I think that might work for me and for Paul. So we might be able to connect with you.
I work until probably 3 p.m., but I could hook up with you after that.
Yeah, that might be the best day because if you're gone that weekend after, that's probably because you're going to be gone like what, the 5th through the or 6th through the 8th or 5th through the 8th or something. You're not going to be around,
right?
Yeah. And I leave on the 12th.
We'll figure it out.
I'm going to be there Thursday the 12th is when I come back.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. I'll get a hold of you this week and we'll coordinate something.
Yeah, let's do that. But yeah, that a week from today might work. I think it works for me, and I think it might work for Paul too. So that would be good.
Okay.
That was perfect. That was just enough time for me to find this.
There we go.
And in 2 weeks, there's only been 10 check-ins added. There was 4 when I first looked at
Wow.
this 2 weeks.
So there's 14 total,
Yeah.
14 in the last 30 days. 11%, 55 IBUs, 4.17 rating on this bad boy. And this is for a very specific rye rebellion. This ain't just their standard rye. This is aged in Wiggle whiskey barrels. I love that.
Yeah. And Wiggle is one of the best whiskeys I've ever had. I've had a couple of it, and it's excellent stuff.
I love this. I love that now Wiggle is out of the PA area.
Yeah.
Right. So
Mark has discussed this distillery several times on the show.
Right. Yeah. And hell, I even think when we were in Colorado together, I think we saw Wiggle being sold over there. I thought, or maybe not, but we've discussed Wiggle for sure on this show.
That's good. It's very good stuff.
But yeah, I love that they put that on there.
Hill style whiskey. Back in the Rebellion, the Whiskey Rebellion. That's where they get the Rye Rebellion. I'm sure.
That is awesome.
And I will say, and you've heard me say it on here countless times about these barrel-aged stouts. This is pretty damn smooth. I'm just so used to the harshness of the bourbon or the whiskey.
Like what Sadiq was saying, right? Like Sadiq said, it was pretty hot, that beer that he had.
Yeah, and these usually are, and this is brand new, obviously, as you can see from Untapped, and this is pretty damn smooth.
Okay, I'm gonna have to.
It was, by the way, it was added March 8th. So this is.
And I was given mine on March 10th.
So
yeah, it was brand new.
I wonder. Well, I don't know. I'll have to take a look. I'm sure that's probably not going to be in a Giant Eagle Market District.
You know what? I saw it for sale. I was given this. I had it given to me by Bubba at Duke's. And I thought, oh, great. I'll never be able to get this except at Full Pint itself. I believe I'm not sure if it was a Giant Eagle supermarket, but I did see it for sale in 4-packs. It might have been at a distributor. I did see it for sale at least once.
I'm so glad they did this. Full Pint gets a lot of props from me for doing this because as you get more into beers, and as barrel-aged beers are all over the place, and you're like, okay, barrel-aged beer. Okay, but when you don't know, they do so much, the breweries do so much, the craft breweries do so much into researching. Well, you have barrel brokers, for Christ's sake. They do so much into getting specific barrels for a specific beer. Why don't we have that information so we kind of know what we're drinking as well? So to even get that deep so that we even know that was a Wiggle barrel, maybe that gives you a little bit more information so you can research Wiggle. Where is Wiggle getting their barrels from and all this sort of thing? It makes it so much easier so you can get really specific in if you get, depending on how far you get into this, into sampling.
And we've become so much more advanced. I have craft beer bottles from 20 years ago from various breweries. This is what they say on the label: brewed with an interesting variety of hops. That's what it says on the label. Could you imagine if somebody tried getting away with that now?
Yeah, no, that's it. You want to know. Well, the thing of it is as we get more educated into what we're into, right? You want to know more about it, right? You're like, okay, I need to know more about this. You can't just give me a variety of hops. Okay, what variety of hops? And now hops websites are big, right? Because people want to know specifics on, okay, where's that hop variety from? It's fantastic. I love that they put that on there. I love that. That's great.
But yeah, I'm highly impressed with this. With these, I automatically expect to be overpowered with the alcohol heat, and that's not the case here.
Oh, and you're sampling that from the share beer glass. Awesome. So
Yes, I am.
we're getting a similar sample.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes that matters. You know what I'm saying? With different, like, I can have a beer right now. I'm having this. This is the Syntex glass. This is the last of the Syntex. Well, I guess I have a little more. But if you're in the future, let's say, to have a Syntax, then, and if you have it in this same glass, we're having the same experience. You know what I'm saying? If you were having it in this glass, you're enjoying it in a similar experience, but you know, the all these little things matter depending on how crazy you get about it. You know, how the liquid is pouring into your mouth and how much oxygen you're taking in at the same time, and all these sorts of things. All these variants matter. So, by the way, this is the cap from the Victory at Sea that I poured. It is completely clean. That is
Nice.
And Joe, since Sadiq is gone, did you take your picture?
Oh, of the Victory at Sea.
Did you do it in the past?
No, I didn't take a picture because I've already logged.
Okay. Just so you, okay. I didn't know if you checked it in before or not.
Yeah, I'm safe on the Victory at Sea because I had already had it.
How about your Syntax?
No, please. Syntax, yeah, please. No, the Syntax I
remember when Sadiq was on every week. He's like, Joe, picture.
Sadiq is personally responsible for at least 3 dozen Joe's check-ins. On
yes, he is. Absolutely.
Joe, picture.
Yeah, just to give.
He's the photo Nazi.
Just to give people an example of how many times I've checked into this beer, and that's just how many times I've checked in. That ain't even counting how many times I've got to check into this beer.
Wow.
Like right now. So, yeah, I've got this one covered.
That's the beer with your most check-ins. What do you think? It's got to be in your.
Oh, what? Can you do that on here?
Yeah, I wonder. Most check-ins.
That'd
be interesting.
Yeah, beer history, sort and filter, right? There's got to be one.
There's so many things you can do on there. It's
most to least. Yeah, here you go. Oh,
let's do your most.
Oh,
Miller Lite.
90. You know what? That's from the days when I was living in the hotel.
Yep.
I was living in the hotel, and Miller Lite they had on tap there for $2. I think it was $2 or $2.50 a pour for a 22-ounce pour.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? That's a no-brainer. Like it was.
Yeah.
Please, Miller Lite. Like, and that's just the ones that I checked into. Yeah, I know why that one's ahead of the game. Yeah. Hilt lifter, I don't doubt that one either because that same thing. Like it's a cheap pour here. You can get it everywhere here in Phoenix. It's not going to wow you. It's not going to be like, oh, that's the best Scottish ale I've ever had in my life. But it's a solid one, and you can. I mean, it's everywhere here. Look at that. Hey, Syntex ain't far behind. So you've got that's in the top 5.
Yeah,
it's in the top 5. Yeah, Fat Tire 20. Wow, I'm kind of shocked by that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I'm a little shocked by that.
It's good. You have to drink a lot more to beat Miller Lite, but
this is kind of funny. So my first check into Miller Lite was in 2013. 12/12, 2013. That's literally almost just before I moved to Phoenix. So I had 90 of these things basically from 2000. And that's the ones I checked into from 2014 to now, or 2017. There are 90 of them I checked.
That's almost 4 cases, Joe.
And how many did you not check into?
Oh Lord, there's probably another 90 I didn't check into. Yeah, I mean it's horrible.
That's funny.
Oh, that's hilarious. I mean, when you think about it that way, you've got Syntax from 8/23 2017 till 1/7, and there's 15 check-ins. Dude, when I found this beer, that was the answer. Like that was it. I'm done. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the price. You know what's kind of happened. Actually, from looking at those check-ins, to me, it kind of proves what I've been saying. I've been saying that, you know what? The price of local beer and the price of, in all craft beer, I'm talking all craft beer, but the price of local craft beer and the price of craft beer being shipped to us is almost evened out. So this isn't a local beer for me, but it's in that same price range. So you're talking $8.99 to $9.99 a 6 pack, right? And for 12 ounces, done, son. Yeah, I'm buying. You know what I'm saying? Like that's it for me. And even your macros are, I don't know, $6.99, $7.99. Let's say Bud Light.
Yeah.
I mean, everything's kind of like, what do you call those weight things that would go up and down like that? What do you call those? Remember, you'd have the lady with the thing standing around her and the eyes, and the thing coming out. Yeah, that scale thing. There's a name for that thing though, right? And the court system uses that, right? Good balance.
Oh, scales of justice.
Yeah, the scales of justice. It seems like it's kind of evening out, right? My favorite brewery right now has a beer. Now that I think about it, I think they're tapping it right now. Some kind of special IPA. One of my favorite local breweries here, Goldwater. They have a special IPA that I would love to go grab. And now that my pickup's fixed, I'm kind of thinking about going and doing that, right? Like, let me see if I can find their Instagram page. Boy, I haven't been on Instagram in a while, huh? Let's see. Maybe I can find their Instagram page. Man, let me see. Let me just search them, because I would love to show you guys. I love Goldwater Brewing, man. They're fantastic. Yeah, they're good. Yeah, excellent. Yeah. Oh, yeah, there it is. I think you're gonna love looking at this can. The can that they're using is fantastic. They're starting to can more beers.
Okay. Yeah.
Which is great for someone like myself. Look at that. Subliminal. Look at that. Double hazy IPA. Does that not sound good? And look at the labeling. Isn't that clever? I mean, it's like, you know.
So is there a subliminal message somewhere in that can?
Yeah, exactly. Right.
That's saying buy 5 cases of this beer.
Yeah, right. Yeah, there's something in there that's telling you, like, okay. Oh, 4/13. Oh, okay. No, it's not available yet. All right. So, Friday the 13th. Duh. It's right there in the damn post. So, yeah, it's a Friday the 13th. I guess it's supposed to be a double hazy. Looks like it's supposed to be a double hazy, possibly a lot of like a lemony IPA. I guess you could kind of get from the label there, right? Yeah, but I love this little brewery, man. They do some fantastic beers. Up there in the Scottsdale area, Red Velvet Cake. That sounds fantastic. They have this IPA right here, which is solid. I have had that. Here's a look at some of the people that brew the beer, that bring the beer to you. Solid little local brewery, man. If you have a chance to get to Arizona and want to try some of Arizona's finest, man, they brew some of Arizona's finest, not the best, probably. It'd be argued, I guess, whoever's the best, right? But it's up there. Pretty darn good, man. Pretty darn good. Let me see. What do we got here from the chat, and then we'll get out of here, man. Let me see. We have
Tom is in the chat.
Oh, Tom just jumped in the chat. Yeah, what's up, man? Guy's been absent a little bit, huh?
Yeah, it's strange when Tom is not here now.
It is, isn't it? Yeah, it is. There's been a lot of whenever I think of Tom, I think of New England sports for some reason, but
or beer below 4%.
Yeah, but it's here's a look at the chat for other people that don't get to see it. We have TD Burris in there. I love seeing when he gets in there, man. Sometimes he's able to jump in live, which is awesome when he gets a chance. I believe he's off of the West Coast, so I dig it when West Coast people can have a chance to finally get in here. Head coach, you could kind of consider him West Coast. I mean, he's in Idaho, so I think me and him are actually in the similar time zone right now.
Yeah.
No, he's Mountain Daylight Savings, I think, right?
Yeah.
He's in Idaho, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he's
Pocatello, I think.
I think he's Mountain Daylight right now in savings, so he's probably an hour ahead. But in any case, similar time zone. But this is a look at that. Coach says 50-inch TV. Yeah. Bring the chat closer, Joe. I just did too. That's what's hilarious. I brought it from the far side of the screen to the closer side of the screen. So that's hilarious because I literally had just done that right now. Yeah, what make and model I remember. So this is a look at the chat for all those that don't get to see the chat. But now what is cool is that if you're watching the replay of the show, you'll see the chat as it happens. So
that's cool. That is nice.
I love YouTube.
That kind of harkens back to the old days. Correct me if I'm wrong. The old YouTube days where you would have the live chat on. Did you have live chat on YouTube years ago, or that was just on Google Plus?
Google Plus.
Yeah, Google Plus.
And that chat stuck around. You could go back and watch it on Google Plus, not on YouTube. And that chat stayed, but they wiped everything clean from all the old live chat from the Google Plus streams.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Now it's all on YouTube. Now it sticks around where for the last couple of years it would just go away. Once the stream ended, the chat went away.
Right.
It's kind of cool to see it come back, and to be able when you're watching a replay of the show to see the chats actually happening as so you feel like you're still watching it live. So
right.
I like that part of it. I don't know, man. I think that Google has done a lot of things to make this experience pretty darn good. I think it's a pretty darn good experience. I would like to try some more stuff on Facebook. I am trying to make more of an effort to put more stuff on Facebook. They do have some similar features on there, so be looking for more stuff on the Facebook page, on the Jody Reviews Facebook page on Facebook, because I would like to do more stuff on there. I know there's a huge controversy with Facebook going on right now, but
it's like surprise. I've been doing that for 10 years.
Right. Like it was, those of you that have been following me for a long time know that I was very reluctant to get on Facebook because I had personal issues with Zuckerberg's personal opinions on privacy. He didn't feel like you had any privacy. When he started Facebook, he didn't feel like your personal privacy was very conducive to him starting his own personal social network, and that was the premise of it. Like, he didn't give a rip about your personal privacy. And of course, people were signing up by the millions. So, here we are today, right? And stuff is what it is. I hate to use that cliche because that's a ridiculous cliche, I think, right? But it is. It's a monster. So what do you do? So we talked a little bit about the Uber, driverless Uber killing somebody here in Tempe, Arizona.
How did they report it there locally? What was the?
Oh, you're asking the wrong guy. You know that. That's part of the cord cutting thing. Is I don't necessarily know what local stuff reports. I have no idea. I actually first heard about it when I woke up in the morning and I asked Alexa for my flash briefing. That's. Uh-oh, sorry.
I was waiting for her to give me the flash briefing.
Oh, see, no flash briefing. Okay.
I got up for a few seconds and I went back to sleep.
Oh yeah, but that's actually when I had first heard about it. And I do, as one of my skills, I have that local ABC network as one of my skills. So I did get the flash briefing from my local news network, but not, you know what I'm saying? It was in the flash briefing. I didn't watch it on TV.
Yeah.
I don't know. What are your opinions about it, Mark? As a cord cutter, it is tough for me to keep up with news anymore. I don't know.
With the Uber thing, from what I've seen, it was a case where whether it was a human driver or an automated driver, it wouldn't have mattered. The lady, it sounds like he just like popped out.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
No matter who was driving, he would have got run over.
Yeah.
It wasn't the driverless car's fault. It was the stupid human's fault, really.
I tend to go the other way. I'll tell you why. Because the advertising now, because I see these vehicles daily. I see them every day because they're here. Volvo advertises in their advertising, even things that, remember, they show in their advertising, it's a black and white. If you remember the advertisement, it's a black and white video image because it's at night and you can't see, is what they say. Even things that you can't see, and they show a deer coming across the road, like we all know they do. And the car stops because it sees things.
Well, I think the car saw it, but I think what it sounds like, I'm referring to one of the local police, Tempe police or whatever, said that it was just so right in front of the vehicle that no matter whether a person was driving it or the computer was driving it, you can't change physics. There was just no way that the guy that was monitoring it never saw it. The computer.
There was a lady. Why she didn't see it? Because she wasn't looking.
I mean, if you pop out 5 feet in front of the car's still going to hit you.
If you see the video, the lady that's in the car is looking down at the system.
Ooh. Yeah. Yeah. But
so it's like the thing of it is, the thing that gets me is because it gets to me personally, because as a commercial driver, as a professional driver, right? And to me, this hits on that level. There's no excuses for me. If I hit some, I'm supposed to know. This is what gets me. You can look after court case after court case where bus drivers, truck drivers, anyone that has a commercial license, you're supposed to know, right, that someone might be crossing. Like you're supposed to anticipate those sorts of things. And so, yeah, as a regular driver, yeah, sure, I can see where people would have that opinion. This isn't that. This is a commercial thing because it's someone that's hauling passengers. You're on a different level. You're on a different level.
I can see that because, or if you're really paying attention to what you're doing, you are looking at the environment around you, and you're like, whoa, you know, this is.
We
nice
did discuss that earlier
out
too.
on their porches. I'm driving, and there's lots of cars on the street. I need to pay extra attention to what's going on around me.
Yeah, because that's what happens with me. I was telling people when I'm conscious of when I'm driving. I'm not just conscious of the street, of the road. I'm conscious of the sidewalks. I'm conscious of my atmosphere, buses stopping across the street on my side of the street. I'm conscious of, okay, that bus stopped up there. There's people getting off that bus. These are things that computers can't do yet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, I'm in an area where I know from the past, because I drive through here, that there's people that cross the street sometimes. Anticipation. Like, these are certain things that computers can do well and don't do necessarily well. That's why they're supposed to have this person behind the wheel, and person was looking, just like we always say, distracted, right? The person was looking down.
They weren't paying attention to what was going on.
Exactly.
Was it because, and probably because they didn't have to pay, you know, because they're not actually driving, they're not engaged.
Right.
So their mind wanders, as everybody's mind does if you're not actually participating in the event.
I think, and I'm not trying to fault her. I'm just trying to say, that the driver's job, her job in this situation, that person, I don't want to lay a sex on it, that person's job is to be, you know, monitoring the road and monitoring the equipment. You know what I'm saying? So you can see the person doing that, right? Like, monitoring, okay, looking and looking and looking and looking. And the problem is, it happened in between then. She looked down.
No.
And then when the eyes came back up, it was, you know what I'm saying? But don't we know?
Yeah, the person that was there to prevent the computer from messing up was distracted by the computer and wasn't able to interact and stop the computer from messing up.
To me, that's, now we all know, okay, and whether we like it or not, you could be on your phone. Okay? You're not supposed to be on your phone, but traffic stops for a little bit. We're at a light, and someone sent me, I'm just gonna look like that, and you did, and you just looked that fast, but you looked up and the traffic's already going and people are honking at you.
Yeah.
Right? And you're like, but I just looked, and that's an innocent thing. We all know that we look away for just, screw the phone, you look to change your air conditioning a little bit. And you look back up and the traffic stopped and you're, whoa, dear God. Oh, MFer, man, I just, right? Like, I don't give a rip what time, but see, these are the things that as a commercial driver, as a professional driver, I am not allowed to do. You know what I'm saying? And to me, this is what I'm trying to get regular people conscious of, is that this isn't accepted in my world at all. It's not accepted. These same people that are trying to give all the outs because it's an Uber thing and because it's a driverless thing and something they kind of would want because they hate driving anyway, they're a little biased towards it and they just want to be able to get in and be able to surf on their phone and something takes them somewhere, right? I don't like to see it because it's not ready for prime time. It's just not ready.
It doesn't.
You have these things,
but it's not going to be in the next year or two. I'd give it 10 years, you know, something like that.
I don't know, man. It's moving at the speed of light. I'm telling you.
But there's still a lot. I mean, it's terrible that this happened, but this is going to be that check that's going to cause everybody to go back and reevaluate really where people are at. You know, where is it in real world? You know,
you got an opinion, Boom?
Well, Mark is right. What he just said, it's terrible what happened, but think of I don't know. There haven't been too many advancements in physical technology without there being the cost of a human life or two. And that's horrible, but that is the price that you do pay to advance physical technology sometimes.
Yeah, yeah. You know, and I don't know how many millions of miles have automated cars driven in the last 5 years, and this is the, you know, it's very, very few. It's not like cars are going out and killing everybody that's out there. I mean, it was bound to happen sooner or later, and this was the time.
Yeah, I feel the same exact way. Like that, like this lady didn't die in vain because, well, her family probably feels differently. Let's be clear.
Right.
I feel like like her death is the turning point for some of this. Like I feel like it's going to be looked at a lot differently. Coach had a good comment as well. A human has faster reactions because they are protecting life, whereas a computer has no vested interest.
Yeah, well, that's the $1 million question. Everybody's like, okay, so if we get driverless cars to the point where they work pretty well, how do you program in? Does the car kill the people in the car or the baby that falls on the road? You know, I mean, how do you build that into an algorithm?
Yeah, because that's going to happen, right? That's
you've got to predict any possibility. Yeah. And
I've personally been in that situation. I was coming into, God, can I remember the year? There was a year that the Final Four, and this is how I remember it because the Final Four was in Louisville. You better say it right. Don't say it Louisville, right?
Louisville.
Kentucky. And I happened to be coming into Louisville, Kentucky, in my big truck, right? Don't remember the highway anymore. But you're coming out of Ohio into Louisville, if I remember right. In any case, coming across state line into Kentucky, into Louisville, and traffic was awful. And there was a situation where there was a couple big trucks coming on the road, you know, from the on ramp there. They're coming on the road and they're not paying attention. They were talking to each other on the CBs, and they were not paying attention. And I'm on the radio. I could see what's going to happen. And I'm like, bro, you need to pay attention because, you know what I'm saying? And they're not. And so in any case, it led to this situation where they came over, both of them at the same time came over and made the cars that were in that lane make their reaction. And it just caused this huge chain reaction of brakes getting hit. And I had no choice but to either swerve and cause more accidents or just hit the car in front of me. Like it was that sort of thing. And and I did. I completely smashed the Toyota Camry station wagon, which is a rare vehicle. That's why that stands out in my mind.
Yeah,
it was Toyota.
Like kind of were out there probably.
To be very specific, it was a white Toyota Camry.
Wow.
Maybe the only one ever produced.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean,
Camry wagon, never heard of it.
Right. You know what I'm saying? They're very, very rare, and this was a white one. Anyway, it was a son. It was a man and his son going to the Final Four game that was there in Louisville. And man, he got down and he came to me. Actually, I got pretty shook up. You know, I boom pounded him in my big truck. And I was loaded pretty heavy, and I smashed him. But it was either that or take out quite a few cars. And he got down, and I was barely coming to a little bit there and getting out of the truck. And he was like, "Man, I seen everything happening, man. I knew you had to hit me. I knew we braced for it, and we're fine. Don't worry." And he was more concerned about me. You know what I'm saying? And I was thankful for his understanding, but that's one of those situations that you have to make the call. Like it's take out.
Somebody's going to get hurt, and is it one person or 20 people?
Bunch,
you know?
Right.
Yeah.
So it's just those situations happen, and they happen this fast. You know what I'm saying? And
out of a second or two.
Yeah. And it's pure experience. It's pure like experience, and sometimes you don't have time to think. You just react like it's just pure experience. Like it's just I've been through this a million times, and this is what you do. This is you know.
And that's the part of the driverless car thing that is going to take a long time to figure out is those what they call black swan events. You know, things that are just so out of the ordinary, but they happen. You know they're going to happen. You don't know when. They don't happen very often, but they are going to happen. So how do you deal with it?
Yeah, I mean, now, what if it was been Bambi? Oh, yeah. PETA gets involved. Oh dear God, Uber screwed.
Bambi your baby. Bambi your baby.
Yeah. Bambi done become venison.
Yeah. I mean, oh man, if that Uber hits Bambi, that's it, man. PETA's all over that. You're done, son. You know, that's it.
Up here in Minnesota, about 10 years ago, Bambi stepped out in front of Amtrak doing 79 miles an hour. There was nothing left of Bambi.
Well, yeah, that's a different thing, right? Like, that's a different. Something gets in front of the train. Train's on a track. It ain't like train isn't gonna,
They don't stop on a dime.
There's a lot of Bambi that get whacked. You know what I'm saying? By said.
I have a friend in Illinois who was an engineer, and he says you would not believe how much hit we hit. You know that you can't stop. And deer, cows, I mean, all kinds of stuff. Yeah,
and I know from when I hit stuff in the truck, birds and run over animals and it just grosses you out. You're like, oh.
Don't forget, Joe, coyotes.
Yeah, that last coyote I ran over. Oh my God, I ain't stopping. I ain't, because I know there's stuff all over my truck right now. I ain't stopping to look at that stuff. I just keep going. I ain't, for what? What am I gonna look at that? I don't look at the carnage. Yeah.
I was on.
I got to get home.
There is that too. Yeah. Like, I'm running along, so yeah. Oh yeah. I stopped like an hour later down the road and there was still stuff. Did I post those pictures online? Did I post those pictures? There was still stuff hanging off of each level of my set.
No, you didn't put them on Google Plus.
Oh, okay. I didn't put it on. Yeah, there was fur and stuff stuck to, the front landing gear, down the skirts. There was blood hanging all the way down there. There was fur on the mud flaps. There was, it was, you don't want to stop.
At least it wasn't a skunk.
Oh, there's plenty of those. But I mean, you could just imagine one of those trains if they hit like a elk or a cow or something. It's like, oh,
this guy said they would hit like deer, and the only way they would know they hit a deer is if they actually saw it. I mean, the plane doesn't. There's no feeling of it at all when you're in the cab.
Oh yeah, it's mass versus
Yeah. It's the only way I knew I hit a deer if I actually saw it hit the deer. Otherwise, I would have no idea.
Yeah, well, there's some birds and bats, actually. I would get back to the yard, and when I would be cleaning my truck, I'm like, oh, crap, there's a bat stuck to my grill or a bird stuck to my grill, Now, some birds I know. Birds, we had this discussion Friday as well at work, because I would love to know what goes through birds' minds, because birds are psycho, man. I'm just convinced. Birds are just bat crazy. They're just nuts because you can see them sitting on a power line or whatever, and they'll just charge your truck. Like I don't know if it's like, they're sitting on the line chilling, and then Billy tells Ray, hey Ray, I dare you to fly to that truck. Yeah, why not, man? Yeah, I haven't done that in a while, man. I'm gone. Let's do that. Boom, and you can see them flying right to you, and they just turn like at the last second. You're like, oh great, I'm gonna hit this bird, like and they just at the last second. It's crazy, and then sometimes they don't make it. And
they break their little bird necks.
Yeah, sometimes they just kind of, they're just nuts,
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not a bird.
Now, head coach says coyotes are good eating. I've never eaten a coyote. I don't know. And he says, I think non-CDL drivers should take a 3-hour course on what they go through. And he's also pleading for Tom to please join. I don't think Tom's jumping in. Tom would have jumped in by now. He would have gave us his nice.
Maybe Tom
he was out and about when the
beard
show.
Beard butter. Maybe he's using beard butter and he doesn't want it.
He could be in the middle of buttering the beard.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
There's a process. I think now that we only have one bearded guy in the room, and I don't necessarily know that he does any of this, but I wonder. AJ got in here and raised a huge controversy because I didn't know about any of this stuff till AJ got in here. Now, do you butter the beard first and then oil the beard, or do you? I assume you shampoo the beard and condition the beard first, right? And then you've got to butter the beard and then oil the beard. What happened?
I don't know.
What is going on here with men? Like,
and I wonder if there's a controversy between do you butter the beard or do you margarine the beard?
Yes. Is there a beard margarine? Like, because some people don't.
I don't use any of those products. I only got one, and it's argan oil. It's supposed to make this wiry beard of mine get a little bit softer and easier to shave, but it ain't happening.
So, is there beard margarine? That's kind of interesting. I'm willing to even look that up. I think
there's a product called I Can't Believe It's Not Beard Butter.
Good one, Bum.
This cracks me up, man. Now I could understand that there's beard paint, probably, right? Because some people don't like the gray in their beard, so they paint the beard. I get that. And I think we saw it that day. There was different beard colorings, right? I call it paint, but whatever. It's just another word for it. But and now we know that there's butter. There's got to be beard margarine, right?
See, you can make it out of.
Zach said he has more beard products than his wife has hair products in the bathroom.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm thinking margarine. How do you spell margarine anyway?
MARGARINE.
Now, what I want to know, because a lot of people with beards are very animal welfare conscious.
I was going to say, Mark, yes. For
Like
the
vegan, is there vegan beard butter?
Yeah, that's beer margarine for the vegan beard grower. You beat me to it, Mark.
Gluten free. You gotta have gluten free.
Yeah, this got very complicated. Like AJ really, he gave us a little, because you know what? I thought he was saying beer. He got on here and said something about something moving to Arizona, men's something or other moving to Arizona. So I thought he said a beer, like a brewery.
AJ is no longer about the beer. He's all about the beard.
Yeah, the beard. Duh. And I told him that. No, well, now we got to get specific. We got to be beard. Duh.
Beard.
You say beard, and it sounds, you let go of the D, and it sounds like beer. And we're talking about beer. That's not fair to us. Right? I have a goatee, but I don't do any of this stuff. This is kind of crazy to me.
I can't even do that.
Yeah, and what about the people that can't even grow one? Like, you're kind of what do you call that, Mark? Like they're hating on you, right?
But I'm going to say, screw the haters. I'm going to drink some Kirkland spiced rum.
Ooh,
Oh, I thought, you know what? I thought that was your aftershave for when you shave because you can't grow a beard. I thought that was your aftershave.
Yeah, I buy 1.5 liters at a time.
Okay, wait a minute. We've got Mr. Margarine. Now I have found a beard margarine.
Really? Wow.
Yes, there's a Mr. Margarine, and it's
Mr.
an organic beard butter.
There you go. See, there we go, Bum. You were right.
Now, Mr. Margarine organic beard butter isn't all show and no go. This beard butter packs a serious punch of deep conditioning oils and shea butter, combining each ingredient's best qualities into a moisturizing mask for your beard. Scented with vanilla, cinnamon, and lemongrass, the rich, buttery texture will slide through your beard like, well, a warm knife through butter.
Mr. Yeah, there is beard margarine. That's funny.
Now, how into this do you get? Because if we get into it now, we got to get into the ingredients, right? Shea butter, first ingredient. We all know that's the most predominant ingredient, right? Sweet almond oil, coconut oil, castor oil. Dude, no one wants no part of castor oil. Now you're putting it on your face?
Nope.
What's up with that? Hemp seed oil, avocado oil, grapeseed oil, jojoba oil. What the hell is that? Or argan oil? What?
Argan oil.
Argan oil. Okay. Rosehip seed oil and various other essential oils. Dude, that's a lot of flipping oils, isn't it?
What is regular beard butter made out of? I wonder, is it made like from pork fat?
Okay, what's the best way to apply Mr. Margarine organic beard butter? Depending on the length of your beard, scoop out an appropriate amount. Now, wait a minute. The question is, what's the best way to apply Mr. Margarine organic beard butter? And you're hitting me with all these other questions. Depending on the length of your beard is one question. Scoop out an appropriate length of butter, and depending and spread across the fingers of your palm, right? What is this?
Well, what's an appropriate amount?
Right.
They're supposed to tell us that.
You're telling me. Like, okay, then run your hands through your beard and don't miss any spots. If needed, style as usual or try something a little more unusual with your handy dandy beard comb. Oh, that's another level. Dude.
Oh,
yeah. They've got
I'm kind of glad I can't grow a beard.
Yeah. Life is so much simpler.
Think about all this responsibility that you have to have. You have Slick Eddie oil based on pomade, light hold. Then you have Slick Nick oil. And this is what I was telling AJ. Like, I don't want necessarily something that I'm putting on my face that's already probably white and it's got a man's name. I ain't putting that on my face.
How about the fourth one, Joe?
And all this stuff is called Slick Eddie. Yeah, I'm going to put Slick Eddie on my face. No. Right?
Wait till you get to the last one.
Why not call it Slick Sheila or something? Right? I'll put that on my face. I'm not putting Slick Eddie on my face. Or Slick Nick. No, I don't give a Slick Rick. Slick Willie. That's even worse.
You don't want Slick Willie running across your face, Joe?
Yeah. To me, a pomade. Like, because that's going to make my beard stiffer. Right? Yeah.
Like for your beard.
I put Slick Willie all on my face every day. You know? What's up with that? Like this is I don't know, man. This is kind of crazy.
I'm happy with my Norelco electric razor and lack of facial hair.
Now we have a margarine beard. Yeah, I think this is something else. It's not quite.
That's funny. This actually is a beard of margarine.
This is crazy, man. I mean,
this whole other world.
Yeah, I literally, AJ blew my mind when he was on here a couple weeks ago because I had no idea. Yeah. Now I've gone to the barber shop and gotten a shave, right? And so I have been caught up to speed on the different levels of junk that dudes do now when they go to the barber shop. Like it ain't just, every once in a while I'll go to the barber shop and get a shave because they do the whole hot towel and all the stuff. It could be a little relaxing, but then you're kind of at the end of the day, some dude shaved your head for you. You know what I'm saying? And you're like, I just wasted $25. What the hell was that? Right?
Yeah.
I do that every week. Like I only shave once a week. Well, yeah, I do that, and usually it's Sunday, so that's why you see me kind of like this on a Saturday. So I don't know, man. AJ blew my mind with all this stuff. I had no idea about a beard butter. That just I laughed.
If I let it grow, I can get this growing out like Dan Haggerty and Grizzly Adams. I can get it massive.
I always thought you grew a beard so you didn't have to do as much maintenance as you do when you shave.
Yeah.
But now, and after the last couple of weeks, I've realized that you're doing more mirror time than your girl, right? Like you got to have your own bathroom now because like you're taking up more counter space. You need more mirror time, right? You're probably concerned about your lighting in the bathroom now, right?
Not me.
Got to spend hundreds of dollars on products.
Yeah, who's spending more money on product? Who's spending more money in the mirror? More time in the mirror? Like what's happening here, man?
I'm happy with my $4 for my bottle of Target shampoo and conditioner combo and my electric razor. That's all I need.
Yeah, we got Rod J in the chat now. Hey, we're out of here, guys. That's probably long enough. We gotta put this one out of its misery. And
I have a potential show title for you, Joe. I'll email it to you when the show's over. I'll let you decide if you want to use it. And shockingly, it's not anything sexual or double
We've got that type of
that piece of shit
stuff happening now. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we can do the. Mark, we missed out this week on having sound for the malt liquor report. We have finally figured that we need to do that.
Yeah, you definitely need an intro for the malt liquor report.
Definitely need an intro for.
Find an old Colt 45 commercial or something like that. A little bit of music and then do it.
I was thinking you could probably come up with a theme or something, Mark.
Are we going to have to come up with our own? Are we going to
MLR theme, malt liquor report theme?
We gotta have a malt liquor report theme. We gotta have a logo now, and are we going to have like a malt liquor report or share a beard butter?
I know. I don't.
How many of us have beards though?
Are we gonna have to do that? Well, there's a lot of people in the show that have beards.
Yeah,
Tom has a beard.
Tom, myself,
Tom actually confessed to using some of these things.
There's a perfect, well, not really perfect, but it would be a great product, don't you think? Craft beer beard butter.
Ooh.
Oh, there we
have like barrel-aged stout beard butter, IPA beard butter.
Yeah, with non crazy names, right? Because I if I'm putting a substance like this on my face that's kind of sticky. I don't want to be having it with a man's name to it. That's what I'm like, call it Sheila sauce or something, right? Like, I'm just saying, like, right? Am I making any kind of sense here? What? I don't think anybody's thought this completely through. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to have it.
Better than having Slick Willie in your beard.
Yeah, I don't want to be putting Slick Willie on my face. You know what I'm saying? Having some sticky substance called Slick Willie. I don't know, Pam Olive Pam or something. I don't know. What are we calling these things here? Like, we got to do something else here, man. What's going on here? How many people in the malt liquor community have beards there, Bum?
Fear, his beard comes and goes. Oh boy. You know what? As far as the biggies, Fear might be it as far as the top level guys. Fear's beard comes and goes.
Rajay says juices of Sheila.
Oh,
that's pretty good.
And Coach says, "Bum, it's your time to shine."
Yeah, he says, "Say it." Yeah, yeah. They're giving the all to you, Bum, yeah.
Egging you on there, Bum.
Yeah, you got the kids in the back of the class there. Oh, this might be a little play on what Bum was talking about here earlier. Let me share the screen here. This a little margarine. Can't believe it's margarine. Look at that. I can't believe it's not Madness original. So here you go. There's a play on that old beard margarine thing there. Beard. But we have to admit, there's a lot of people in the craft beer community that have very substantial beers.
Look at Zach.
Yeah, Zach. And I don't know that hardly, especially in Denver, for Christ's sake, I don't know that there was hardly anybody we met that didn't have like a 4-inch long beard.
I think that's a requirement to be a brewer.
Somebody who brews beer, you definitely have to have a full beard.
Yeah. Now, see, here's some good examples, right? And I guess this is not a new thing. See, here's one. You have, what is this, Rhinen Pearl or something? Margarine. That's an old one, right? And then you have the clove citrus. Okay, I can deal with that. You put clove citrus on your face, I can deal with that. But Slick Willie?
Yeah, that was maybe not the best name. I think they need to take that back to the committee.
Yeah, I think they missed it there. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it, man. Another good show, man. I will work on. I don't even know if I got to that part. I did buy another cord to try to get the old microphone working. As you can see, I have the cord hooked. But
I remember that thing from 2 years ago.
Right? Exactly. And apparently I got the wrong cord. I made all the effort to go down to the Guitar Center today, a place where I have no idea what the hell I'm doing in there. And I actually fished for myself and got a cord, and it was the wrong cord. I guessed, and I guessed wrong. So I went on to the old trusty Amazon and ordered the right cord. So said correct cord will be here Monday. So hopefully by the next show we can have this mixer. And I don't know. Maybe you guys can answer this for me while we're still here. How should I do this? Should I like have it here or have it like above the head sort of thing?
I'd say put it above you if you could. That way it's out of your way.
Out of the frame sort of deal.
Yeah, exactly.
Or way low out of the frame sort of deal.
Yeah,
like
it picks up low. I mean, that's where I have my mic low, and that works fine.
I have it nice and low. So I have to figure out all that stuff. But I was hopeful to surprise everybody and have some of that stuff going, but I got it actually figured out. I actually do have the settings in the mixer figured out. I've made some advances, but I got the wrong cord.
Is this for that garage sale mixer that you had sitting in the corner for a while?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, collecting dust. I blew all the dust off of it, and so yeah, we have to wait another week. Okay, guys, thank you very much. Hey, make sure to tune in to the Facebook page, Jody Reviews Facebook page. I'm trying to create some fresh content just for the Facebook page. They've got a lot of these same features in there now. So, I'm trying to explore that little by little, man. I'm not getting crazy, but I don't have a lot of time, but trying to put some fresh stuff up in there. More stuff that's kind of behind the scenes. So you get a different scenery other than just this. Kind of show you actually what happens when I close the show. I think the last time I did one, I kind of showed what happens, a little bit of what I do afterwards when I shut the show down. So, so if you're interested in that sort of thing, go to the Jody Reviews Facebook page and check that out. Okay, guys, thank you very much. I appreciate it, man. We'll see you guys next week.
I'll send you a message on Google Plus, Bum.
Okay, sounds good, Mark. We will connect this week.
Sounds good.
See you, Joe. See you next week.
We'll see you, man.
All right, guys. See ya.